Championships. My name is Jeff. I'm alongside Tugboat here, and we have some spectacular matches coming at you today. The final game of what is a regular season, featuring our number 1 through number 3 seeds all the way down the board. It's going to be an exciting day of matches.
Oh, yes, it is. An international day of Rocket League here. My man Bull Skunk, we got teams from Canada, got teams from the United States of America as well, which makes this an international matchup, right? A lot going on here, right? This is not for eliminations. It's important to note, right? This is all for seeding coming on down to kind of the next step after the regular season.
And they'll be heading into playoffs, and of course, that seeding so important will determine who your first-round matchups are, how difficult an opponent you're going to have to face out of the gate. So important games today, though. Everybody we will see on the stage today, we will see on the pitch today, has already guaranteed a spot in playoffs. Starting things off, we're going to have King University taking on Florida Tech. King University 8-0 so far in the season, looking to keep it perfect here as they try to take on the Panthers.
Yeah, out here. Absolutely out here. King University, that's the Tornadoes, seed number 1, taking on seed number 3. Now, other two matchups going to be that number 1 seed taking on the 2nd seed, seeing if they can hold on to that one. But Florida Tech, the Melbourne Panthers, going to be looking at this one. We talked a little bit about their head-to-head. Let's jump into that first or after this.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the rosters and see who we're going to see today. As we're going to have Matty Ice, we're going to have Frost and Colts taken to the pitch here for Tornado, looking to keep their hopes alive. A very small school here out of Bristol, Tennessee, only a 1,700 student body, so they are all about quality over quantity over there at King University. Florida Tech, you can see on your screen here, Dask, Berto, and Tuna, looking to keep Florida Tech in good seeding heading into playoffs, perhaps get an upset here today.
Absolutely. That would be the name of the game. Looking at head-to-head matchups here, King University came through. That was week number 2 and won that in a Game 5 situation. Little 3-2 action to Florida Tech, taking them as close as they can. The Panthers trying their hand, but ultimately coming up short in week number 2. That was a lifetime ago, though. Basically a lifetime ago. Looking at match number 2 here soon.
Yeah, and the Panthers started off their season 0-2. So they're, perhaps a little rough out of the gate for Florida Tech. They have been flawless ever since. They've won 7 in a row. And I think it's important to note that the Florida Tech is the only team that was able to take King University to that Game 5 situation, the closest one to put a dent in that 0 that is the King University loss column. So if anybody can do it, it's the Panthers.
Oh yes. Florida Tech University, the Florida's out of here, proving that even kings can bleed. See if King Tornado's squad, that's Matty Ice, Big Wade, and Colt. No, excuse me, Matty Ice, Frost, and Colt going to be taken to the pitch here in just a little bit.
Oh yeah. What's that say? If you go for the king, you better make sure you kill him.
If you come for the king, you best not miss.
You best not miss. There you go.
Yes,
there you go.
Best television show.
It is one of the greatest shows of all time. I can't argue with you there. But that's Florida Tech hoping to not miss as they come out of the gate. I mean, it was a close one to get here. They had a Game 5 thriller over George Mason University to solidify their spot in playoffs, beat the number 2 seed, to have the privilege for taking on King University here in our conference championship. And, I mean, they're no strangers to these type situations, no strangers to upsets, and have been on that win streak like I was talking about. So, momentum at their back. We'll see what Florida can do coming into this series today.
Absolutely. And I don't really see this going 3-0. If it goes 3-1, it can go either way, but I gotta say this goes down to a 3-2 scoreline. Florida Tech will not be denied twice here, Bull Skunk. They will be coming in with the vim and the vigor there in that Game 5 to be taking this one all the way. And what a story as well, right? Once again, no team is getting eliminated here today. This is for seeding with our playoff contentions and whatnot. And how interesting would it be, right? Florida Tech, week 2, taking them down to 3-2 scoreline, and then coming back, they take this, they'll be that number 1 seed.
Are you telling me you are predicting Florida Tech on this? Is that what I'm hearing, Tugboat?
If it goes to a Game 5 situation, Florida Tech will have it. Now, 3-0 it can happen, 3-1 it can happen, but King Tornado putting one up early right here, going to make it a little bit harder in game number 1.
Definitely making that spread a little harder to stick by. I thought you were going to give us some spicy takes. It is the Colts coming through with a nice spicy goal. 10 seconds in, wasting 0 time. King University on the board.
Well, wasting 10 seconds. That's a
All
good
right,
scoreline, though. That's a good
semantics, sir.
scoreline.
Semantics.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. We're splitting hairs here, people. We're splitting hairs.
Into the corner, Kings University are putting the pressure on immediately. I mean, they were pushed way far up. There's going to be nobody back to work on this transition. Fortunately, a good deflection. Buy some time for rotations to come through. King University now getting set. Berto loses the ball. King University back on the attack versus only one in the goal, courtesy of a great demo. Not able to do a whole lot with it. Clear comes through, and Florida Tech survived that onslaught.
Absolutely. I believe that's Mate playing under Frost tag. Not 100% sure. We'll get confirm on that a little bit later, guys. Taking to the numbers right now. This blue squad, that is Tornado, of course, or the King, excuse me. Only team to put up a shot so far. This ball has basically lived in the middle part of this pitch and not really gotten over here towards this blue defensive third thus far. Dash looking to make that one an option.
Oh, that's a good follow-up on it. It was Mate able to keep that one out. Or Matt. I've been going with Matt. M and At would be Matt. So that's what we're gonna go with here.
I was looking. I was just like assuming that was like an 8 in there, right? Matt.
Yeah.
I like it. You're right. Matty Ice. That's who it is.
Yeah. Hey, you know, we'll get it right one of these times. It took us a minute 30 to figure it out, but hey, we're all on board. Florida Tech has started to figure out this attack a little bit, but they can't seem to develop much offense. And whoa, what a save! Dask comes through at the final moment to keep that one out of the goal and keep Florida Tech in this thing. They keep looking for something in transition. So far, have not really been able to develop much, and not even able to find the clear here yet. As K-Frost coming in off the near post, does get denied, but here comes some help. The offense unloading, and K-Colts finds another goal.
Yeah, Colts unloading them on this one. That is King striking in the second, just outside 2 minutes, 107 kilometers per hour. Pretty fast one here, folks. We'll keep note of the fastest goals on boards so far throughout the rest. As is still plenty of time for Florida Tech to come back at this. They just need to clean up the edges a little bit here, Bull Skunk.
Maybe they're a team that takes a game to kind of figure out their opponent, figure out a game plan, make those adjustments. We've seen it time and time again. So, yeah, definitely wouldn't put too much stock in this opening 2-0. Nevertheless, King are happy with this beginning. Looking to build on it. K-Frost almost had another one there. Matt, shot gets blocked by Tuna. Demo on to Frost is going to slow things down here a little bit for the offense. And nobody told Matt. Matt's just going in. Does get denied. Back out to the middle goes. Open net goal on target. Berto there to make sure, and Florida Tech got themselves on the board.
I like the assurance play that Berto is kind of getting in here, right? 128 kilometers per hour. Berto cannot see behind them as they're coming in to this one. They have no idea if they're about to get demoed and then follow up with a block. Not it's team-based game. Not going to be for points on this one. Like in between the two teammates. Just going to be focusing on that point up top in the scoreboard. Back onto it. I love to see this Florida Tech squad on a little bit of offense. They were getting ball taken away left, right, and center. Now they're at least getting something going one of those directions.
Frost putting it back the other way. Looking to strike back, see if they can regain that 2-goal lead. Trying to work off the wall, but not much found here for King on the offense. Oh, a slow bouncer from Matt almost made its way in. Off the post it goes. Florida Tech breathing a sigh of relief as they try to go on the offense, but can't get past the midfield. Now Colts coming in, keeping pressure on. 50 barely goes in Florida Tech's favor. Up along the wall, still looking to get it out, but K-Frost with a great challenge in the skies, keeping this in the orange half.
Yeah, so I really like how Florida Tech has changed their offense up right here. King University, King College, excuse me, not University. They kind of got caught looking on a previous offensive effort while they were on the defensive here. And if that continues on to game number 2, this is going to see a much wider scoreline than just a bare goal up. I love how aerial the Tornadoes are getting with it. Perhaps that is just thematical, Bill Skunk.
I mean, it does make sense, but here we go. Tying goal from Das, just sneaks one in. Thief in the night. Das comes flying through off of a beautiful touch from Berto, getting it in the air in their own right. The Panthers have 2-1 answer to tie things up with less than a minute remaining.
You can't be surprised the Panthers are silent through the night, Bull Skunk.
Thieves, I say. Florida Tech looking to keep it going.
There's a bit of robbery.
Yeah, see if they can steal one more. And great adjustments offensively. Florida Tech have gone to a lot more short passing, a lot more challenges at the midfield, as opposed to the dump and chase we were seeing in the opening half of this game one. And it's worked out for him, but a nice double tap from Frost will give King Tornado that edge once again. Look at this maneuver. Okay, Frost going it upside down to find that picturesque double tap. Absolutely astounding work.
My, oh my. If you want something done, do it yourself. That's a K-Frost mantra, it seems. Everything right there. Took it from half pitch, just walk the dog, leisurely little Sunday afternoon action.
Nice stroll, but don't get too leisurely. Florida Tech challenging the goal. Dask with a great 50. That one falls in. What a beautiful arc. Thought for a moment it was going off that backboard, but no, I had just the right amount of finesse to drop in at the last moment to tie this thing up. We've got a series on our hands, friends.
There's a reason on this side of the desk, dear viewer, but I feel like Defender could have gotten to that one. K-Frost kind of giving it up and getting demoed at the end right there. Who knows? Maybe a little pop play up. At least gotta play those, right? If there was like an own goal situation, I never really count those because at least it is done in the pursuit of offense. There's another one. Trying to harness the inner K-Frost, not gonna happen.
Oh, that was ridiculously close. Now the ball bouncing into Florida Tech. One last opportunity. Dropping it down. For the win! Oh, that got pushed to the ground in the final moment. Oh my, I was on the edge of my seat for that one. King Tornado almost took this game one. Last will be a golden goal situation right in front of the net immediately. King wasting no time. Trying to put some pressure down here on Florida Tech's side of the pitch. K-Frost looking to keep it in, takes to the sky. Off the near post, Berto all over it, smothered that one. Now Tuna with the clear. Not a whole lot of boost follow up, but guess what? That middle pot of gold available to him. Circled around, backboard protected. Battle for possession as it flies into Florida Tech's corner.
Big difference here is that King can just simply pass this ball down the pitch a lot easier. Florida Tech, like you kind of mentioned, burns everything boost-wise, has to pick up more on the way, and that's just to have an offensive look. Kind of a stifling action here from the King College Tornado squad thus far, and if that continues on game number 2 again, might have a little bit of a tougher time, but hey, we're still a minute into overtime, and this is taking the Kings rather close.
That almost got one in there, slightly off the mark. Open goal opportunity, but Casey Colts comes flat across. Keep this thing going. Keep that ticker going up at the top of your screen. Big clear down the other way. Answered. Berto wants to keep Florida Tech in the blue half. Nice challenge is going to do so. Looking for something off the backboard. Teammates were a little too far back, but punched back in. Florida Tech, we're going to try to work this corner. Nice steal. Berto, it drops down. Frost has to take to the sky, spend everything trying to get out there, and still no avail. Off the near post, it's Matt this time, trying to just run, escape from the attacking force of Florida Tech. And Berto manages to find that steal, goes up high, has Tuna coming in off the backboard, looking for something in the middle. Oh, can't quite find it. Dask not able to get good contact.
A great look, plenty of boost, can't quite make that contact like you were talking about it as it is. A great job by Florida bringing this one out. This is exactly what we wanted to see earlier. Or what we wanted to see. Earlier we saw Florida just really try to burn everything just to get this ball moved like a little bit. As it is, moving much more efficiently through the middle of this pitch and when they're transitioning from defense on into offense. Speaking of defense, though.
That was a good one there. Tuna reading that second attacker, able to protect that near post. Looking for, ooh, that was a nice follow-up touch from Berto. Dask setting him up beautifully. This has been end to end. There's no middle ground play from these two teams so far. It is all offense, all defense, and very back and forth. Kind of like you take your turn and then I'll take my turn and we'll see who can score first.
There you go. At least they're playing even with it, right? Sharing the ball.
Yeah, you know, equal opportunity Rocket League players.
Yeah, absolutely. Back over the middle here. I gotta say, you tried to get a pred out of me earlier. I would not have predicted 3:11 up top in the OT clock, my friend. We're looking at more than an extra half game of Rocket League as of right now. So if we look at changes in offense and defense, both teams have been bracketing this one against the sides of this kind of middle pitch area, trying to use this to get passes ongoing. Once one team reads this, they should be able to take away these kind of mid-pitch rotations and alleviate a lot of pressure for themselves either way. I'm not 100% sure why they haven't, like both teams haven't just simply locked up a player on either side, wherever this ball is. Not both sides, but one side to just continuously pick this one up. Once again, that one comes out to the bottom. Colt just kind of parks the bus, sits there and plays it. As it is, King has been on the offense for quite a while now, and that's not stopping anytime soon.
No, not even that. Demo is slowing him down, apparently. Matt trying to bring it in from the sky. Defense able to stay in line with that one, read that trajectory. Protecting the line again. Colt's holding midfield. Does get demoed from behind by Dask, and the ball's punched back out. But Matt holding down the midfield line this time. Rotation's clean from King.
All right, people, this will technically last forever, so get comfortable, because
Yeah.
it seems like we might be getting that.
I feel like King are starting to put the pressure on, though. They haven't gotten out of the orange half. Florida Tech struggling to clear this ball, and this feels inevitable. If they can't get this out of here, King are eventually going to land one home. K-Frost not going to do it there. Got denied. Backup coming through. Casey Colt sent that one into the corner. Finally, a much-needed clear comes through. Not sure it's going to last long, though. Matt's going right back the other way. It was false hope. It was just a sense of security that was quickly taken away. And King Tornado, after 4 minutes and 49 seconds, claimed game one. 1-0 lead here in our series.
Yeah, so essentially 2 full games of Rocket League played in the first. Look down bottom, it says 5 minutes, 25 seconds since your last score on the board. Fantastic stuff. Again, you tried to get a pred out of me earlier. I'm man enough to say, Bull Skunk, I'm man enough to say I would not have anticipated a full extra game of Rocket League in the overtime situation. Minute or so, sure. 90 seconds, 2 minutes even. I'd have given that. It's a hard line to be drawn for predicting 4 minutes and 45 seconds. I lost it.
That was a heck of an overtime, no doubt, and a heck of a way to start off our conference championships here today.
Right.
So if that's any indication, we are definitely in for a great series between these two squads. Some good adjustments. I felt like we got different looks as game one progressed on, and I mean, yeah, it was almost a 10-minute game, but in the end, King University able to maintain that pressure we saw in the opening half of the series, and I mean that eventually led to the game-winning goal.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, both teams played well here in the overtime. I'm not saying like that, but it kind of seemed like it was. You mentioned it was just back and forth constantly, right? It wasn't like there was one team that consistently had this ball and was just racking up shots over and over again offensively, and one team that was on the defense, and it just so happened to. Or it was like the pressure situation, right? It wasn't like this offensive team came through with rotations and finally the 90th shot they put up happened to go in. This one just kind of came down to more classic and standard Rocket League there towards the end. One defender can't quite get to the angle that they need to. You got 2 offenders there, and that is just going to be enough. This could just as easily have been the Florida Tech Panthers taking in game 1 than it could Tornado. Game 2 starting now.
Well, I will say King did a beautiful job of protecting that midfield line. And really not letting the ball into their half for the last 2 or 3 minutes of that overtime period. Mm-hmm. So they did deny a lot of opportunity to Florida Tech to try to get their way back into it. We'll see if they can maintain that level of possession and ball control heading into game number 2. This is, of course, a best-of-5 series, so King Tornado well on their way to completing a perfect season, at least as far as their series results is concerned. Mm-hmm.
It's not maps, but matches, right?
Exactly.
We'll talk more about that maps and matches differential and who might be looking at the perfect 27-0 a little bit later when it becomes more relevant. Because it will get relevant, people, I promise. I promise. We got plenty more awesome Rocket League action for you. Minute into this one, no blood yet.
Maybe some bumps and bruises, but yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with a bump and grind.
No one's able to quite put anything home. Dask gets demoed. Momentary opportunity, but good passing from Florida Tech. Keeps them in it and pushes right back into the blue half. Nice challenge over the air. This one's going to go over to Berto. Berto looking to get it out of the corner. Colts with a great read from the wall. Pushes it back down. Pass over to Matt, but Tuna intercepts that pass. And Florida Tech, they're putting up a lot of offense here in this first 90 seconds of game 2.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one. A few takeaways across this middle. I have to say, good job on the King defense there. There was a couple shots that Florida Tech did not put up. They were not like honest offensive shots. They're more so just for using backboard as passing and whatnot. And a lot of times you see team. Oh my goodness, that one just a little bit too fast for King to strike first on this one. Yeah, the Florida Tech defense. I think they just have offense a little bit too close in the forefront of their mind, Bull Skunk. The defensive rotations just are not like complete, right?
Oh man, that was a close call. Fortunately for King, the defense held on that one. Transition, Colts get stuffed. Over to Matt. Matt riding up the wall. Just drop it in the middle. I think hoping somebody was going to be there. Didn't look like they really had eyes or knowing what to do with that, and it gets intercepted. Can keep it in the zone. Oh, but a near miss there. Okay, Matt's there to back it up, push it back into the orange half. Dask off the backboard, doesn't go far. Okay, Frost has to turn around and chase this one down. Florida Tech comes screaming in behind. Ball going in front of the net. KC Colts able to push it back. Nice challenge in the air. It was a double commit to make it happen. But alas, King Tornado able to keep this one out of the goal for now. Florida Tech not quite done with this tack. Bounce off the backboard. Shot goes wide. Follow-up rebound. That one goes high. A couple of missed opportunities for Florida Tech here to break this stalemate.
One wide, one high. I feel you, Bull Skunk. We are looking at a Florida Tech and King Tornado squad. 3 minutes plus, no scores on boards. We just came off of a Game 1 barn burner with 4.5 minutes of overtime that ended at a 7 total score differential, people. 100 seconds left into this one. No blood drawn yet.
There's Kingston one high themselves. Up in the air. Nope, can't control it. Matt able to get the clear, push it down. Ooh, a risky touch. Not what they're looking for. Opportunity. K-Frost gets denied, but Casey Colts with the follow-up shot. Oh, that one just goes wide. Slightly shallow and off that near post. 75 seconds remaining. Pushed out in the other half. Florida Tech with a golden opportunity. This one does not go to waste, and Dask finally able to break the 0-0 stalemate and give the edge over to Florida Tech, Game 2.
Yeah, and this might be the real definitive stat line that's kind of showing this one up. So far, blue, that's King Tornado. 4 saves looking at Florida Tech's 1. Now look at offensive shots. That's 8 total for Florida. King has only put up 4, doubling up. Quite literally here are the Florida Tech Panthers. And 1-0 scoreline. Honestly, at this point, I would not be surprised if that's our final scoreline. If we just saw the only score we're going to see in Game 2, Bull Skunk.
With the way they've been playing, yep, would not surprise me in the slightest. And I like how Florida Tech really came back off of, an overtime loss can be very disheartening at times. Oh, no, it's a little off the mark. Yep, it's going to roll up the post. Ooh, that one was a close one. Florida Tech thanking whoever at this point. Double tap off the wall. But what I was starting to get at was Florida Tech really came out of the game 2 on fire. They didn't let that overtime loss really get to them. In fact, it may have just fueled them that much further. Good opportunity here. Dask puts up their second of the game. This one feels like the nail with only 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and this is just a breadbasket type situation. Berto once again burns a member of King Tornado over on the side. And Berto just waiting patiently for his number to get called. That one comes up. He comes up the counter and cashes in the bank. Love to see it. 2 on here. Like you said, might be the last little bit. I spoke too soon.
Okay.
Matty Ice. Rest of King Tornado will not go so quietly into the night, Bull Skunk.
No, at the very least, they're not getting shut out. There's a
no
guarantee
goose
there.
eggs. Yep.
No goose eggs. 11 seconds. King need this kickoff to go in their favor. Contact. Matt's got it. Off the wall. Gets demoed. 7 seconds as K-Frost takes to the skies. Intercepted. Ball's going to drop. No. Pushed back out. Matt pushes it in the air. Looking for something off the backboard. Touch. It's still up. K-Frost gets a demo. Can anybody get to this ball? Dask with the win in the corner, but the ball bounces off the ramp and it's still alive. The shot off the ground. Oh my God. That was a goal in the making, and it touches the ground just before it goes in. The tying opportunity falls by the wayside, and Florida Tech, oh my, hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Wow. There, Tugboat.
Yes. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. 2-1 scoreline, goes all the way down. Ball literally vivisected right across that line. Call it another quarter second, another meter up. Ball would have been able to continue and finish its trajectory, and we'd be looking at a second overtime in 2 games here. Bullskunk, it is not New Year's Day. It is not my birthday, but I certainly feel like it here so far in the NACE Starleague.
We are certainly being blessed with some presents here. I hope you like good Rocket League.
First, I didn't select the day, you know. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, all right. It's your party. You can cry if you want to, I suppose.
There you go.
But moving on, we're tied up. We're tied up 1-1 as your 3rd seed. Now able to draw some blood, and indeed, they did not miss against King there in Game 2. I feel like they've got the win at their back now. They were able to hold King University to a 0 scoreline up until the final 15 seconds. So they're doing something right, and I feel like they've got the momentum in their favor here, Tugboat.
Yeah. Taking it to the numbers very briefly while this Game 3 is about to start. We looked at, it was the last minute or so. King Tornado, had half as many offensive looks and 4 times as many saves. That changed wholeheartedly there. Getting into game number 3 now.
Yeah, and game number 3s, I always feel carry so much weight behind them. And, I mean, we're technically down to a best of 3, but it's that momentum. It's that mental factor, the intangibles that are oh so important in Rocket League. And look at this. There it is, carrying it right into Game 3. Florida Tech striking early.
Yeah, so that's going to be tangible, very, very tangible. You can put your hands on it. You can take it to the bank, and that's going to be Florida Tech striking first right here.
They're cashing in. They are making a full withdrawal and putting that towards a goal on the board, a worthy investment.
Yeah, there you go. I know financial stuff. I'm with it.
Yes, we are just commentators. We are not financial advisors.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. The NACE Starleague cannot be held responsible for any financial decisions made by players within the organization. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. You know where I was going with that.
The legally mandated, like you can only talk this many words per minute at the end of the commercial. Yeah, well, none of those here, Daz. None of those here. Our sponsors are much more reputable, okay?
Matt and the rest of King Tornado looking to get their reputation back after a Game 2 loss and an early deficit of Game 3. Panthers looking hot so far. Need to survive this one, though. That shot slightly off the mark, which is fortunate because it didn't look like anybody was really in a good position to block that ball. Tuna loses the 50 to Matt. Matt puts it off the near post, but Casey Colt just misreads that when it bounces all the way back out to midfield. Back pass goes to Dask. Dask moving in, manages to get the demo, but Frost gets the clear.
Back pass back to Dask. I like that. Like, some alliterative words there.
I'm a poet, I didn't even know it.
Hey, yo, my man. Because he rhymes all the time, right? 2 minutes. This is looking at Florida Tech, taking it to the numbers yet again. This is actually decently even, but orange, that's the Florida Tech squad. The Panthers, 2 saves on board so far. Really does show that Tornado has not been kept out of this offensive look up and down and back in the breadbasket. That's Dask yet again.
Coming up with their 5th on the day, leading the lobby in goals for our series so far. Dask has been a huge difference maker for the Panthers here, and now gives them a 2-0 lead. Now, they had a 2-0 lead in the last game, and it went down to the final nanosecond, to the final millimeter.
Yeah, seriously. Oh,
so,
my.
Florida Tech can't rest on their laurels, but look at that. Dask comes up with another. That's 2 goals apiece in all 3 of our games for Dask.
Dask is back with a tough task. Love to see it. A tough ask, or a tall task and a tough ask, but Dask has got it. 126 kilometers per hour is going to be just shy of our fastest goal in this one. I really do feel like all of them in triple digits, at least when you're talking kilometers, like a good Rocket League player.
They've got some heat behind them, no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah. Heat, some mustard, maybe a little chili on top, something like that.
Yeah. There's the ghost pepper shots coming out of Dask.
Oh, yes.
They're not the types you find in a flask. We're not that kind of broadcast.
No, we're not.
Family friendly here.
Family friendly.
Nothing but. K-Frost coming in out of the corner. A couple of demos, though, just shut down that attack before it even began. Nice 50 in the sky, drops to the midfield line. Nothing but orange names waiting for it, though. Off the backboard, Frost is able to raid it, push it back out to the midfield. Matt trying to rotate back. Attacker's coming in. Casey Colts has to go up for it. Nice little touch. He's got it to midfield, but can't beat Tuna. Now Tuna has an opportunity. Needs to get past Matt. Cannot. Great save from Matt. Keeping King Tornado in this with under 2 minutes remaining.
Gotta say, Tuna has been the least involved in the offense so far, and that's not a bad thing to say when you're looking at how Dask and Berto are just connecting on everything. We looked at a 7-score total here in game number 1, 3 followed up from that, and now 90 seconds away with little answer here from the King Tornado squad. Might be our score differential from game 3 as well. Wholeheartedly different looks, especially considering that game 1 had a lot of OT. Oh, racking the top bar, bottom bar, and everything. I thought that would have angled out, but it does not. King Tornado, once again, not going to be goose-egged in none of these games, but winning, that's a different story.
Well, they got a lot more time left than in game 2 when they decided to finally strike back. And we've been living in the blue half. Florida Tech have done a great job of really denying King any opportunities. 75 seconds remaining. King down by 2 and need to create something. Have got to find a way to develop some more offense. But hey, getting physical, that's a good way to do it. Made the demo come through. Not really able to make anything of it as Dask is trying to go for that hat trick. Denied on the near post. Frost has Matt downfield, looking to disrupt the goalie. Not able to connect. Short pass, intercepted, nobody there. And here we go. It's going to be Tuna. Finally showing up. Got their second goal of the day and starting to wake up on the offense here a little bit. Now 4-1 and looking insurmountable for the undefeated King University.
Yeah, what we're looking at as well is a Florida Tech squad that has spread their shots across these 3 players as evenly as they get. 11 total, 4-4 for Tuna and Berto. Dask has 3 themselves. Looking at the other side, this is King Tornado squad that has only gotten 1 player up on the offensive look so far, and that's that's Matty Ice, excuse me. 4 shots for them, 0 other 2 players. I think we might see our game 3 victors right here. 30 seconds is enough. Never mind. 28 seconds is plenty for 2.
Yeah, there's definitely time theoretically.
It's about making it happen, though, right?
Exactly. Like, theoretically, there's plenty of time on the clock, but given how good Florida Tech has been at protecting their zone and not really allowing King to develop any kind of offense, whatever approach King has been taking, Florida have been there, challenging the midfield nicely on this one. It's directly back towards the blue goal. Nice touch from Matt. Has 1 person to beat down the pitch. It's 2v1, and Frost gets the goal. Similar situation, 1 goal deficit, 11 seconds remaining.
Holy moly, 138 kilometers per hour. Do mine eyes to see, Bullskunk. A fast shooting, hard hitting Tornado squad looking to tie this up in 11 seconds. You know, we said 28 seconds, or I said 30 was hard for 3, 28 was decent for 2. Now 1 is looking, at least it's going to be dramatic, right?
Steal is there, the touch from Matt, down the pitch. Going up the wall, K. Frost has Matt in the middle, looking for the backboard shot. Matt can't make connection. Great defensive play coming through for Berto. Forces it all the way back down into the blue half. Matt trying to keep this in the air. They don't want to go down to match point. Dask forces it down. Tuna says, nah, who needs to put it on the ground? Let's put it in the goal. 5-3 victory here for Florida Tech, excuse me. Winning 2 in a row, now moving up to match point here in our conference championships.
I do love it. Who can do it, Bullskunk? Nah, I messed it up. I was going to say who can do it, Tuna can. Like
Tuna can? All right. All right. I'll give that one to you.
We're looking at 14.
Har.
Yeah, there you go. Cheap laughs. So this is what we're about here. 14 shots attempted for your Florida Tech Panthers here. King Tornado coming in with 6. These are simply not numbers that can withstand like sustainable games through and through. The simple fact that King Tornado took game number 1 in overtime fashion, that the Panthers were able to come out just hacking and slashing on this one to start it off as well. We talk all the time about game 1. Bit of a litmus test after the tie-up factor from Florida in game 2. And that was just a 1 score difference right there. Now we get our biggest score difference at 2. that should tell you, dear viewer, just how close this matchup is.
And also, Florida Tech's highest number of goals on the day. Able to put 5 up. Tuna coming through with a hat trick there in game number 3 after being very quiet. No goals for Tuna in games 1 or 2. Waking up and proving, I mean, Dask isn't the only one who put goals on the board. Oh, yes. So Florida Tech doing a great job of pulling this thing back in your number 3 seed, now on match point, and looking to steal away a much favorable position heading into playoffs.
Yes, yes. This is a King Tornado squad that has to win to retain their number 1 seed. Now, if they win, they're going to have to win this game and the next to take, again, a Florida Tech team to 5 games. We already got my prediction, though, folks. If it goes to 5, it's Florida Tech in 5.
Well, history shows King University won the last one in 5, but hey, that was before Florida Tech really found their rhythm. Mm-hmm. And they have certainly found their groove here today. But Matt, opens things up here for King Tornado. Whenever King Tornado strikes early, they seem to do well. They look a little bit more comfortable. Some teams play best from behind. I think King Tornado plays best with the lead.
It's entirely fair. Entirely fair. A wonky looking defense there from Florida. All 3 members have a look on it. But at the end of the day, they get nothing more than a front row seat to the first goal here in game number 4. Playing from ahead, though, it means they have a little bit of wiggle room. We'll see if that Florida Tech offense kind of slows down the onslaught of offensive pressure they have surmounted thus far. Because as of right now, that's the farthest this ball has gotten into this blue third so far, pitch. That's how far on the pitch it has gotten. Bullskunk. Your name is Wilson.
I think Pitch is a better name, though. Like, now I want to change my name to Pitch. I think that's just a better name. Like,
there you go. You'll get your licensing fees in the mail from me, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Berto with a nice steal out of the corner. Over the top. Nice beat. Hasn't made it in the middle. Matt able to get in front of that one. Sent back down, but Frost was ready for it. Now Matt can receive the pass up in the sky. No, Berto with a great 50. Ball drops in front of the net. Still in a dangerous zone. Finally able to get it out of there. Tuna now challenging net. And Berto, they almost had one in transition. And we're back to, this is more shades of game 1, where we're getting these very fast-paced looks. Both teams trying to outpace the other and scream to the other side. And see if they can get them before they're able to get resources, the defense able to get rotations back in place.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree. I think that, I always say this, most important time in these matchups, those time in between games, with these teams talking about what it is they want to do, what it is they want to recreate, what it is that they don't want to allow their opponents to do again. It really looks like this is the King Tornado squad that looked at game number 1 and said, hey, we won that one. We are 2 games down here, Bull Skunk. Now let's try and recreate what happened in the first, because, hey, it did shake out for us, even though it happened in 9.5 minutes.
That's still there. Matt from midfield going all the way in. Nice save from Berto. Dash taking the ball, sneaks around 1. Frost backed up at a good read, holds at the line, protecting the mid. Didn't really pursue it, though, and King Tornado rotating back defensively early on this one. Conservative looking to protect their 1-0 lead, knowing how fragile that is. Matt trying to increase it. Pass to the middle. Okay, Frost gets it. Second goal on the board. 2 goals with 2-2-2 remaining. My OCD is happy, and so are the Tornado fans right now.
There you go. A lot of 2s up top. I'm not 100% sure what Berto was doing. Maybe just had to sneeze or something like that. Who knows? We won't speculate. 2-0, 222 up top, 2-2. I'm not talking dresses here, Bull Skunk. This is the biggest lead that King Tornado has had in 3 games? Or 2 games, excuse me?
Yeah, since game 1, I believe.
Yep.
Florida Tech trying to get it out of their own half. Everybody bunching up, and Berto gets a demo, but finds the clear, and a little pressure release valve here for Florida Tech on the defense. Forcing it back down. A little slow to approach. Allows time for King Tornado to find this clear, push it back in off the wall. Not moving in. Battling with Berto for it. Little back pass. Works out. Put it on net. Make sure Tuna is awake. Tuna is able to make that save. Now dancing their way into the blue half. Going in over the top. Trying for something off the backboard. Matt able to get in front of that one. Over to Frost. Back the other way it goes. Matt Off the wall. I think was expecting Frost to pick that up, and it just kind of slow rolls in, kind of give it away. And this possession goes over to Florida Tech.
Yeah, giving away possessions like that. Oh, okay, that was almost it. Again, it seems like these weaker offensive looks so far have been what is Godnick take these goals to the bank, put points up top on the scoreboard, but that's not going to happen this time. Looking at goose egg situation, 60 seconds away from it, in fact. This is the same situation the King found themselves in. They were able to put up at least one, though. Love to see two, but one way or another, we go to a game 5. Be interesting stuff, and what a way to start off our NACE Starleague Spring 2022 seeding tournament. I just slowed that one down. Speaking too fast.
No, it's fine. It's slowed down for dramatic effect. I like it. K-Frost with the touch, trying to get a pass over. There's just nobody there. Everybody rotates back. K-Frost does it by themselves. Doesn't need any reinforcements. K-Frost gets the steal, the touch off of Tuna, and it just takes an odd bounce off the pinch between Dask and Tuna, and Frost is able to capitalize.
Ooh, I have a cool point. With that, Frost, 3 shots up, 2 goals in, and 536 has more points than the entirety of the Florida Tech squad right now. Not just points on board, but points awarded within the game. King Matty Ice going to be coming in, making a name for themselves as well. 4 scorers, not going to see that. We're looking to score average of 4.25 seconds or something like that for Florida Tech. That ain't going to happen. Game 4, done and dusted. This is going to be for King Tornado. I'm trying to, like, speak a comeback into existence here. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. It's like trying to, like, talk to you. Like, there's no way that this team can do it. They just don't have it inside of them. But 16 seconds, obviously, is just an insurmountable amount of time for scores.
Try as you might, you're not caster cursing King Tornado on this one.
Not gonna happen.
No, we're headed to game 5. So we'll see if your Preds come true or if history is going to repeat itself. One game to decide who will have the #1 seed coming out of the Southeast 2 Conference. Some more stats for you. That last game we put 4 goals apiece on the day for King Tornado. Perfectly evenly distributed, the 12 goals that they have scored so far on the day. Also, our first shutout here of the day. So the winds have shifted in this series, I dare say.
The winds of change, yes,
the
sir,
winds
they
have changed.
They have. We went from a best-of-5 series to a tie-up from Game 1 to Game 2, and then kind of a little best-of-3 action, then a tie-up in Game 3 and Game 4, and now we essentially have a one-and-done, dear viewer, a 5-minute game, at least, to determine this seeding here. The King Tornado squad coming in at #1 seed. They win, they will retain that #1 seed going on into the next stage of this playoffs here. Florida Tech, that's the Melbourne Panthers. They're able to strike back here. They will jump not just from the 2nd seed on the 1st seed, but 3rd seed. Way down here, right? 2nd seed and 1st seed. They already beat the 2nd seed.
Yeah.
Out of this one. That's going to be the best look so far and the highest that a team can ascend, right? These next 2 matches are #2 seed, #1 seed, correct?
We'll get to that when we come to it. I think our next match is actually a 1 seed versus a 3 seed. But I do want to highlight that the Panthers were able to beat the 2 seed in a 3-2 matchup, and now have the opportunity to take down the #1 seed for the 2nd time, taking King Tornado to a game 5. 5 minutes to determine who will come out of the Southeast 2 Conference, the champions. Already, King Tornado putting some pressure on, but Dask able to get it out of there, has Berto down low. Moving in with some speed, it's Frost. Sends that one out into the corner, picked up by KC Colts. Start the attack here for the Tornado. Trying to get these winds a-swirling. It's a dangerous ball in front of the net. Tuna can't make contact. Oh, Frost puts it off the top crossbar. Matt now trying to finish it off. Can't find the angle. Frost coming in, trying to help him back out. Screaming over the top. It's Colt can't make it in there. The defense holding on somehow, some way for Florida Tech.
Wow. Ball just spent a practical lifetime in completely scoreable zone for like 30 seconds. It felt like something like this. First real offensive look thus far. Dask puts one up. K-Frost, perfect timing on that one. Minute in, no scores on boards quite yet. Berto easily gets to this one. Florida Tech is not going to let in these easy swooping balls early.
Dangerous touch from Frost. Das doesn't make contact. Nice pass from Matt. It's going to get him in the zone. Little 1-2 in the offensive end. Trying to get out of the corner now. Matt flying it out of nowhere. Puts it up against the back wall. Frost able to beat Dask, but can't get it past Berto. Matt waiting for it at the line. Florida Tech finally able to get the clear. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. It's Colts who puts this one on net. King Tornado doing a good job of keeping it in the zone, but can't quite put it together enough to score in that offensive. But hey, possession's a big part of it. You know, if you're living in the opponent's half, then, well, you know at least that they're not scoring. Assuming your defensive rotations can come through. But look at this. King Tornado kind of all bunched up on the midfield line. Finally spreading out and getting back into a more traditional posture.
Yeah, it's kind of the stances coming up at this, right? Well, you can equate this to simple positioning of these offensive players as they're kind of coming in, as they get looks at this. Tuna, right there, almost biting the bullet for not having enough boost and momentum. Two key things when you're playing on that defense. Just inside halftime now. No scores on board quite yet. You've seen totals of 7, seen totals of 8, you've seen as low as 3. I got nothing prediction-wise for scores, but I you know what outcome-wise. Flawed and 5. Flawed and 5. to borrow the local local tongue.
Nice, nice. Some desert sayings coming out of Las Vegas. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, dear viewer. I am in Las Vegas now, but I spent my first 30 years out there in South Carolina, just north of Florida, so
okay.
not unfamiliar with the Florida folk.
See, we're learning something not only about our two schools here battling out in Game 5, a little bit about Tugboat as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm wondering if Florida Tech are able to hold the line. King Tornado still seem to be putting a lot of pressure down and have really kind of found a way to, I don't know, put Florida Tech on the back foot. Even though our score's still 0-0, I feel like King Tornado have a pretty big advantage thus far in our first 3.5 minutes of gameplay in Game 5.
Yeah, the shots on, solid differentials here. 6 total for the side of King, 3 total for the side of Florida. But there's only one real change that has happened here. King Tornado has played that 1.5 player back position. What that means, of course, they'll have one player playing back fully onto this goal, and then another playing, kind of fielding it mid, and they're actually going for back passes. Now, if Florida realizes this, literally all that you can do, it's happened a million times before, picture perfect Rocket League, you just simply read this ball on the inside and don't take initial defender, because when that back pass happens, a simple redirect on a goal is all that's necessary. It's a very, very dangerous defensive look, but I gotta say, King Tornado, they have played it perfectly thus far, and they have no scores let in so far. So maybe I'm the idiot here, Bull Skunk.
Well, Florida Tech scrambled so much on defense, I don't think they've been able to make that read just yet or find the opportunity to implement it at the very least.
Yep.
Okay, Frost coming in off the outside, puts one on the back wall. Dask forces it down, does get the clear out of there. Over the top, looking for a chance to attack, finds nothing. Florida Tech have to rotate back yet again, trying to pass it in deep. Colt has to push it to the wall where Dask was waiting for it, dropping it down. 10 seconds remaining, a 0-0, Game 5. Okay, Frost charges in, it's a demo one to Tuna. Stalled out along the wall, ball is rolling on the ground, and we're headed to OT for Game 5.
OT Game 1, OT Game 5, I'd have it no other way. I'd have it no other way, Bull Skunk. Take it away, please, sir. This one might last a long time. Oh.
Ooh. Almost. It's a 2v1 going the other way. That's going to go off the post. The defender gets demoed. It was nothing but orange cars, and still Florida Tech not able to put this ball home. Eventually, King Tornado at least push it back out to the midfield line. Still a little bit more work to do to get it back down the pitch. Matt finding it over the top. Pass slightly off over to Frost, and Tuna's able to pick it up. Sends it back over to Berto. Berto into the corner. Robbed of the boost. Sends it up into the middle to Dask. Dask doesn't have the angle and can't put that shot on. And now Florida Tech have to rotate back to defense. The shot from Colts beats the defense back. The quick transition goal from King Tornado will keep them perfect here through our spring split. They are your conference champions for the Southeast 2 division. They will move on with favorable seeding heading into playoffs.
Man, whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Great job from King Tornado coming on in here. I mean, 6 minutes, basically. 6 minutes, no scores on board. I'm just going to run through these scores I mean, in case you're just joining us, obviously give you a little backstory on how we got here, but also just to show you just how much these scores change people, okay? 7 total overtime situation, game 1, essentially 2 full Rocket League games, given that overtime went to about 4.5 minutes. 1-2 for Florida Tech in game number 2, 5-3 Florida Tech, game number 3, putting King Tornado on match point. Slicing back, swinging back here, a 4-0 sweep. In game number 4, the Goose Egg, the first of 2 that would be put up, the second of which comes all the way down to a 1-0 overtime, minute or so in overtime there in game number 5. Florida Tech puts up not 1 but 2 Goose Eggs, a solid breakfast here, at least the beginning to it, Bull Skunk, from game 4 and 5 to get nothing going across there after they put this King Tornado squad on match point. What that tells me is when it comes to pressure, Florida just couldn't really keep it up. And when it comes to the offensive pressure, like a 4-0, that sucks. That's gonna hurt,
brutal,
right? That's gonna sting. But the 0-1, I can't tell you the last time that I got to cast high-level collegiate Rocket League that goes down to a 0-0. Now, a 0-1 in regular time is my favorite scoreline. 0-1 in overtime, game 5, after you just put up a goose egg, that is a feels bad, man.
Oh, man, and the second time Florida has lost in a game 5 to King University. And, I mean, they were looking so good after Game 3.
Yep,
they were putting
really
together offense. I mean, had the highest goals for, single team on the day with 5. And then could not get another one to go for the next 10-plus minutes. Game 3 was the last time we saw the Panthers score. It was all tornadoes from there. They swept in and really raised the roof, so to speak.
Jesus Christ. Tornadoes raising roofs. That's a... Man, oh man, I love it. That's some wordplay, man. That's some wordplay. I love it. I love it. Little interview action coming at you, right? And we only have winners in my interview box here, Bull Skunks. We'll be getting one of the King Tornadoes members to come on in, give us a minute of their time after the game, right?
Indeed, and it's always good to talk with the players and get their perspective on things. It's one of my favorite parts, and another one of our favorite parts here is paying homage to LLS, the Leukemia and Lymphomia Society, who do such amazing work, and we're very excited to be partnered with them. Got a little tale here for you, as LLS is making an impact in the cancer community, which includes all survivor Avery. In 2016, 3-year-old Avery, 3 years old, was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. After a variety of symptoms and several doctor visits, while this was such hard news to hear from Avery's parents, they felt immediate comfort in her perky demeanor when they walked into the hospital to begin treatment. The next 2.5 years of Avery's life were met with welcome distractions that LLS provide amid her treatment, participating in Big Climb, Light the Night, Hero Squad, and most recently the LLS Build Competition in Minecraft. Avery is now 8 in 3rd grade and doing wonderfully in all aspects of her life. She has continued to support LLS by committing her time to help others the way people helped her, volunteering and fundraising.
Yeah, so alongside Hero Avery, you've recognized the LLS hero of the game as a player that made the biggest impact within this match played, and whether it was clutch plays, whether it was a sacrifice, or provided strong leadership when it mattered the most. One way or another, we're going to have a hero of the game coming at you. We're going to be back with that, I believe, in just a minute. Once we get this player on up here, we got our King Tornado squad. They're celebrating away, right? We're going to get that player on in after a very, very short break, and back with you. We're going to get a little mind of a player action after the 3-2 victory here for the King Tornado squad.
And we are here coming off the back of a 3-2 victory for King University. We're gonna get K-Frost in here, have a little chat, and get some inside look, some inside perspectives on what we just saw, and a take on this whole season. K-Frost, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the dub.
I cannot hear you guys if you guys are talking.
Oh, yes, K-Frost, can you hear us over here? K-Frost. Okay, we're gonna go to a very short break, try to get a little bit of audio action figured out here, folks. That's my fault personally. It's my FBI tugboat's fault. We'll be back with you guys. You can hear now, K-Frost?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. All right,
go.
that's what you call vanity, people.
Very good.
That's for doing the business. K-Frost, congrats on the dub and congrats on the acquisition of little bodyguard action behind you, right?
Yeah. True.
A little moral support. I love it. Now, K-Frost, I gotta ask, right? Just looking at scores, a little bit different first 3 games than the last 2, right?
Yeah.
2 goose eggs forced out against Florida Tech in Game 3 and Game 4 to eventually take it in 5. I want to ask you, what changed Game 1, 2, and 3 on into second half of this matchup in the Game 4 and 5?
So we figured out that we were getting pressured off the gate, a lot of pre-jumps and a lot of double commits on their end. So we honestly just took our time, and when we had the opportunity, just slam it in their net. Like there's no other way to beat those type of teams and just force it right back down their throat. So we just kind of just played their game too.
I got you. Give them a lot of offensive pressure and see what cracks. Bull Skunk?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to ask, who do we got behind you?
This is Wade. And then we have my teammate Matt
the man behind
in the corner. This is Dre. He's our rainbow player, Madden player, and then we have our third all the way in the back.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh, that's a great looking facility. Getting back into the heat of things here. So this completes basically a 9-0 run for y'all. This is spectacular. I mean, undefeated here, and now you've got your number 1 seed going into playoffs. What does that mean for the squad? Did you have this expectation for the Tornado coming into this? I mean, you're a small school. To come in and put up a 9-0 is truly outstanding work.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been working pretty hard lately, so we kind of expected this because with our other leagues, we were pretty dominant. So we kind of expected a good run out of NACE. It's just playoff bracket that we kind of struggle in, so hopefully we do well then.
Makes sense.
Got a lot of momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, the offensive pressure there towards the end. Want to ask, K-Frost, your best play. You got 5 games to choose from. One of these went to 9.5 minutes total, so plenty of options here. Your best play. Give it to me.
I don't know. I felt like I played overall like mediocre. I didn't play at my best.
Why'd they send you? Sorry, why'd they send you to give us an interview? I'm just kidding. You did fine, K-Frost. You did fine here.
Yeah, I think I played my role like I did in my game, like how I wanted, but just not like I didn't peak.
Fair enough.
You got to save something for the postseason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It's calculated. Absolutely calculated.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, hey, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us here. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you get out of here?
Shout out to King University. Great school. Shout out to the team. Great people.
Love it. Well, really appreciate it once again, and good luck going into the postseason.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Looking at University of Minnesota Gold. That's the Golden Gophers, y'all, taking on University of Wisconsin Stout up here next. Another little seeding action coming on into this one after King Tornado puts down Florida Tech in 5.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, a number 1 seed versus a number 3 seed. But before we get into that too much, I think we got to give some love to some of our friends here that make all of this possible.
Absolutely. Over here at NACE, we love the organizations that do make this possible. One of those, of course, is Visit Myrtle Beach. You belong at the beach. NACE Starleague is very proud to have Myrtle Beach as part of our collegiate family. The beach helping us bring collegiate esports to the ocean by partnering with the home collegiate esports. You can find 60 miles, 60 people, 60 miles, that's 100 kilometers, a beautiful coastline, 14 unique communities, and discover stunning sunrises over the Atlantic Ocean. Sprawling sandy beaches, lush natural wonders, grand new adventures, and it's all just one beach. The beach gets gamers, and the gamers get the beach. Love to see it.
I
Love to see
have not been to the beach in way too long.
Yes.
Beautiful.
COVID strikes
Beautiful.
in different ways, right?
Indeed, indeed. Oh, you know what's also beautiful is your immediate conversion from kilometers to miles. Impressive stuff, sir. Impressive
Well,
stuff.
that's actually easy, because 60 even is 100, right? Oh, wait.
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
So.
Just say
I'll
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Skunk. You're a gentleman and a scholar. There you go.
Oh, all right. Moving on. Let's talk about our second matchup of the day, because we have a team here that is looking to complete a golden season. University of Minnesota, out of Twin Cities, the Golden Gophers have been absolutely flawless.
Yes.
We are talking 27-0 as far as game differential coming into this. Have not dropped a single game, much less a series, and a 3-0 today will complete perfection. Definitely something you do not see very often, and that's oh my goodness, what an accomplishment, what a feat that would be for the Golden Gophers.
Being able to run through a league like this, like the NACE Starleague Spring 2020 action, and not drop a match, reasonable. There's a couple teams that have done that here today. Not dropping a map is practically unheard of. We will see if even gods can bleed here. The Golden Gophers taking on University of Wisconsin, this stout squad. Coming in at 7-2 on this one. We're looking at a much more I gotta say, maybe one-sided match coming in here. Again, King Tornado 8-0, but they had dropped maps, and they dropped maps to their opponents, Florida Tech. Not necessarily the situation that the University of Wisconsin Stout Squad find themselves in. I'll run through University of Wisconsin. This is LRK 218, Axel Jeans, and Brave making up your trio, Wisconsin players.
And they've certainly got their work cut out for them, going up against Bismo, Chez, and Mom. Bismo's what I'm really keeping my eye on. Seemed to be a real X factor for this squad, and led them in the times that I've seen them on stream. Bismo has always stood out to me. University of Wisconsin, they're a map 5 kind of team. They're a game 5 kind of team. They won over Oakland, who was the number 2 seed, to stamp their team.
Bull Skunk, you with me? I'm going to finish what he was saying. They beat number 2 seed to stamp their place in the playoffs or whatnot. That is the University of Wisconsin Stout Squad. The Blue Devils coming on in here and trying to make history, people. To make history. To beat the number 1 seed. We just saw Florida Tech attempt it. Went all the way down to 5 games, but not actually reach the precipice. Not cover that mountain, people. It was not enough. Florida Tech put up their honest to God best, but 2 games across 4 and 5 with goose eggs nets them nothing overall. Bull Skunk, you back with us?
Yeah, internet hiccup there or something.
That happens. I hiccup all the time, man.
Not quite sure what happened. Yes, I scared it. It was fine. Just a little scare tactic.
Casting like that makes sense.
But needless to say, yeah, you've got the Game 5 Warriors versus, just golden perfection of the Golden Gophers.
Yes, I'm with it. Not a map drop, not a match dropped. We'll see how the Golden Gophers come on in to this one. We're gonna be jumping right into that, right?
Hey, it's we're just building the tension, my friend. We're just building the tension.
I'm with it. Yeah.
And just a reminder, both these teams have already made it to postseason. This is going to determine where you sit in seeding in this best of 5 series. So Wisconsin don't have to fret too much. Like their playoff lives aren't on the line. They've already managed to cross that hurdle with that win over Oakland, who was an 8-1 squad. Technically on paper an upset there, but again, that seeding so important. This is going to determine who you face when we get into playoffs, and more importantly, still looking at that golden stage. I think that is the name of the game here in our second series of the day.
Yeah. The idea kind of coming into this, like you said, is that Wisconsin losing this will not delete them from playoffs no matter what.
Right.
It would just kind of feel good, right? To
Yeah.
take a map off of a squad that has not dropped one yet. Again, kind of prevent that on the other side. Hopping right on into this one. We got the University of Wisconsin. It's a stout squad on the left in the blue. That is LRK. That is Brave. And that is Axel Jeans. JNS. I'm going to assume that's Jeans.
Sure, we can go with that.
You with it? You with it?
Well, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
It'll be funny at least.
It does look like our names might be backwards up top. So it is University of Minnesota who are currently in the orange with Bismo, Ches, and Mom.
All good. All good.
So just don't be confused at home.
I get confused at home all the time. Don't be like me, people. Don't be like me. Stout so far. There's Mom getting deleted. That's a sad idea.
That is a
Mom,
sad idea.
right, left idea again. Brave picking this one up. Bismo, excuse me, going to be starting off this run from the outside, and I'm on the right ball game. There we go.
University of Minnesota looking to go on the attack here. Mom keeping it in. Off the backboard it goes. Bismo. Patient playing that ball. Just a soft touch. Push it back. And University of Minnesota are, I think, kind of feeling out their opponent a little bit here. It has been very, very conservative play. They haven't been ramping up the pace so far. I think they're waiting for Wisconsin to perhaps either make a mistake or just read what their game plan is. Nice save from Bismo right in front of the net. Goes over to Ches. Ches is going to launch it into the back. Bismo pitches it out towards Mom. Mom off the backboard. Ches going in, looking for the shot. Good deflection coming out of Brave.
Yeah, so we just saw the Southeast Conference and their culmination there. That's going to be Wisconsin striking first. Now, I guess, if a golden stage is no matches dropped, no maps dropped, obviously Minnesota's gotten scored against, but I will have to wonder what that would be called. What if they force no scores against them?
Oh my goodness.
Platinum?
Now,
Like, that seems impossible, right? Higher levels of Rocket League.
gee, yeah, just complete shutouts all the way down the board. I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, sounds good.
I mean, this squad has been that level of perfection. I don't know if that is even possible. Bismo's shot turned away by Brave off the near post there. I mean, just going 3 O's all the way down the board is hard enough, all right?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Halftime now. Only one scores on board so far. That's Wisconsin. That's some striking here. Call them stout, call them strong, whatever you want to call them. Halftime, they're ahead.
Playing it out of the corner. Wisconsin able to get that clear, but it goes right back their direction. They don't get a chance to transition. LRK going to try to sneak it past this midfield line. Bismo's waiting for it, though, holding down the fort. Nice little move, dancing towards the goal line. Brave comes through, big save, sends it back out. Keeps the deficit to a mere 1 here for Wisconsin. The Blue Devils, though, can't get comfortable. They can't get out of their zone. It's been constant defense, mostly up to the challenge so far, only letting 1 in. But you got to get into the orange half if you're going to get your way back into this game.
Yeah, and that's the first time we've ventured into this orange side of this pitch in 60 seconds, maybe. A lot of offensive pressure, and every second of that is time ticking off the clock. Sand through the hourglass here at Bullskunk for Minnesota to come back at this and keep up their perfect season when it comes to maps. How thematical, how interesting, how dramatic would it be in the first game here of the seeding action for them to drop and for that to be ruined? That honestly might actually kind of play out to the advantage of Minnesota, right? Nobody's getting eliminated here. You drop your first map. That's a lot of pressure off, right?
And then you just relax and play your game. You know, you don't have that looming over your head.
Don't have to be worried about, oh, don't drop a map. Again, in a situation where it's simply not dropping a map doesn't matter. Not dropping a match, now that matters significantly, but not dropping a map is nothing more than semantics and then keeping on a kind of superlative, right? A little extra on top, a little cherry on top of the milkshake, right?
I will say it has, definitely has an effect on your confidence and the momentum, which Minnesota, I mean, have it spades right now. You can just tell by the way they're playing. Look at that demo in front of the goal. It's 2v1. Mom's shot's going to go wide into the corner. Ches picks it up, but gets it stolen. A little 1-2 tap from Wisconsin, and the Stout have sent it back out into the orange half. Demo on to Bismo. Axel driving in across the wall. Gets it over Mom. Playing that corner, though. Minnesota doing a good job protecting their zone and eventually get it back out of there.
10 seconds to go before this one happens. Solid shut up! And Mom putting up the second here. A third shot for this player. And 6 seconds means, once again, even gods can bleed.
Quite possibly. So far, Minnesota standing on top.
I don't think this one's going to happen. Yeah, low, slow
Yeah,
roller
6
that's
seconds.
burning off a lot of time. Not going to happen.
Yeah, 6 seconds is just not enough to develop 2 goals. And, I mean, University of Wisconsin, we're on the back foot so much. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me. Perhaps you do, but I feel like my eye test was like maybe 3 shots max.
I mean, we'll take a look at the numbers here now. 5 against 4, really not that big a deal. And really where my attention goes to, the reason why this game goes down to a 2-0. The first time, by the way, the University of Minnesota puts up 0 scores in a single game period whatsoever across now 10 different matches, people. It's the 3 saves here from this orange squad, from the University of Wisconsin. These 3 saves are spread out across all different players, whereas on the other side, Brave is the only one with a save right there. It had both of them for the squad. You can't look at these higher levels of Rocket League, Bull Skunk, and try to assign positions to players. It's always got to be whoever happens to be closer to these balls, whoever has the most boost, whoever is ever simply in the best position. The second that you start assigning roles for players, you are putting yourself at a detriment, at a like calculable, judgmental level of detriment effect to your Rocket League game. Because again, real life, football, whatever else, best offense is a good defense. The exact opposite is true here within the great game of Rocket League.
Well, and I mean, you got to stay versatile, and this also goes back down to just fundamentals of rotations. And I think at the core of all that is also communication. If we were talking about fundamentals of Rocket League, rotations and communication, I think, would be the top of my list. And this is something Minnesota has done well all season. They execute to perfection here. The golden stage is still alive headed into game 2. And Minnesota already get a big clear. Mom already with a shot on.
Yeah, this is a really solid offensive look so far. I'm not putting no Preds down, all right? I get food wrong once, I sulk. I get testy for the rest of the day, right? Until I've had my nap.
Hey, I like bold Preds, all right? It's not about whether they're right or wrong. It's about some spiciness. And look at this. LRK opening things up in Wisconsin. Had their first goal on the day in a lead here in game 2.
Yeah, so tough looks. Game number 1. That is a thing of the past. Putting in the rearview mirror is the side University of Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. 35 seconds into this one. This 1-0 scoreline. Do we get a goose egg in game number 2, but just from the Stout squad? I don't know. There's not enough time left. I don't feel comfortable predicting it, okay?
Well, and, I mean, Minnesota, they're such a strong team offensively. I definitely would not bet on them going scoreless for the next 4 minutes. Yeah. Minnesota certainly have the ability to strike back in this one. But I will say, I mean, the Blue Devils have been doing a lot better job of putting pressure on. Yeah, that one just barely goes high off the backboard, still alive. Shot bouncer off the ground goes in. And just like that, the theory becomes reality, and Bismo is able to tie up game 2.
2 shots, 1 goal, 1 assist, both squads. I am not talking about one of these teams. The only difference on scoreboards here is that the Golden Gophers have that single save situation. Back to the middle. I'd say anybody at this one. Brave showing up the last second. The goal line save to not put up the second. And that would have been like, what, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that? Demos, we're definitely seeing more of those as well.
The kickoff goals always surprise me.
Oh my God.
What a calculated move from Mom. And yes, absolutely. We're saying by my eye test, they intentionally bounced that one in off of Brave. I'm giving Mom the benefit of the doubt here because that was awesome.
Yeah, there's a booping at the snoot in a way that you don't like, putting the ball right across the nose right here. So a technical own goal. Still got to play these, still got to put yourselves into position, because if this ball is going in regardless, doesn't matter who puts it in there. That's the way I always look at hard defensive saves right there that ended up being technical own goals. But yeah, that was just perfectly calculated by Mom, pulling the strings behind the scenes right there.
LRK try to find their second on the day. Mom says no. Ches up the wall. Great challenge. Gets the dunk and then spits out. Bismo has an opportunity, but puts it on the same side as the defender. Not even quite on target. Big wide open net. Missed by Bismo. Mom trying to drive it back in. Had some help. Ches not able to get to it. University of Wisconsin. Defense hangs on. Brave pushes it all the way back. Gonna steal a bit of the boost. Makes a big U-turn. Bit of the old bait and switch coming out of Brave. Drew it in some Minnesota attackers. And now looking to find one in transition. But rotations are clean from Minnesota. They get a big boom and clear by some space.
Yeah, so I'm looking through the notes here, right? Like pandering, wondering where it is, what makes sense of this, right? These two teams have not played each other before. There was a Wisconsin situation there in week number 2 in which they had to forfeit. So we were looking at all the rest of these. Now a nice tie-up situation. There we go. That's Minnesota. The Golden Gophers showing up right here. But yes, to finish the point, right? Bullskunk, we have not seen these two teams play each other in the NACE Starleague Spring 2020 season thus far. And I'm not sure if the Golden Gophers are liking what they find.
Yeah, no, like you said, that one was a forfeit that went in Minnesota's favor. So truly, the first time these two have matched off against each other. And it's 2-2, and Wisconsin, look at this. Some great pressure, beautiful shot on. That one is turned away, but good looks coming out of the University of Wisconsin. And they try to take the very first game anybody has been able to do against Minnesota. 2-2 on the clock. Ches wants that lead back. Mom coming in. Gets beat to the ball. Bismo with the challenge. Everybody from Minnesota cheating up. Shot coming out of Bismo. That's going to go back into the corner. Mom backing him up. Swings back to the middle. Easy tap. Easy save for Brave. It bounces out to Ches. Ches trying to go up high with it. Follows their own ball in. Looking for the double tap. Looking for the follow-up. Bismo finds it. Lead goes back to Minnesota. They reclaim their advantage and now only have to hold on for 78 seconds.
Casting would be easier if I could look inside the minds of players and tell intention, but it kind of looked like Ches came over the top, burned everything boost-wise, trying to get back down as, like, kind of at least a mental fake. That set up Bismo down bottom. That's a 1-2, and Axel, good job getting this one out. That was almost going to be a second in a game that we've only seen a score difference of 2. That second for Wisconsin might have been it in game number 2.
Blaster headed back on the defense, and Ches is already able to beat one. Nice move. LRK saving the day. 45 seconds. Bismo going up for it. Can't find the mark on that. LRK trying to beat him out of the zone. Nice move from Brave. He's going to push it back down. EW Stout acting quickly here. Looking for the tying goal, but no dice. Defense standing tall. Minnesota moving in. Nice move from Brave. Able to dance around one. Eventually ends up back in the blue half. Mom coming in. Screaming across the wall. Is going to put it into the corner. 15 seconds on the clock. Possession going to Wisconsin. All three of them drive it in. Brave doesn't even pre-jump for that one. Just allows Ches the clear. Looking for this one last touch. Can't even get it over the midfield line. 3 seconds on the clock. Big boom down towards the Minnesota goal, and Brave ties it up in the final moments. Holy cow, what a move from end to end with just mere seconds remaining. The long-distance shot rings true. We're tied up. We're headed OT.
I had to put some extra postage on that one to make sure it received to its sender, or make sure it went
first
there.
class.
You get what I'm saying, dude. You get what I'm
first
saying.
Class.
Thank you so much. Exactly. Express shipping, overnight, whatever. As it is, it looks like that was Wisconsin that just simply was trying to get an offensive look when they're already ahead. Maybe getting a little bit greedy right there. And their hands stuck in the cookie jar.
Now Wisconsin looking to close it out. They're able to get it down into the Minnesota side. Bismo, though, sends it right on back. That one actually enough to register as a shot. Making sure that defense is in position. Checking some fundamentals. Demos go both ways.
Whoa!
Oh, and LRK! LRK comes in to sneak it away from two defenders and hand Minnesota their first game loss of the season. The perfect stage ends here at the hands of the Blue Devils. Now the series is tied. Wisconsin have already upset one aspect of University of Minnesota. Now looking to complete it and see if they can hand Minnesota their first series loss as well.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth to this one. Mom, 5 shots up, 3 saves, some fantastic performances right there. But like you said, man, we got ourselves a tied series. Fantastic stuff.
Holy cow. What a comeback. I mean, end up with, was it 2? Maybe even 3 unanswered coming out of Wisconsin. I think it was 2 unanswered.
Yeah, I believe it was 2 on that one. 10 shots on both as well. So I think it's the first time we've ended a game with both teams having the same amount of offensive shot attempts.
Great adjustments coming out of Wisconsin. I love the quick assaults. They're looking for these counterpunch opportunities, reading that Minnesota are pushing a little too far up, and then they just zoom back down the other side of the pitch and very quickly look for those openings in the defense while Minnesota were scrambling to get back in position. So a nice adjustment Wisconsin to go to this transition counterpunch approach. Worked well for them. We'll see if they stick with that game plan. I feel like undoubtedly Minnesota's got to make some adjustments here.
Yeah, and these adjustments will just be standard looks going in from a Game 2 to a Game 3 situation where one team is not on match point. That's what we have right here, a best of 5, basically boiled down to a best of 3. That's what we purchased after the tying factor from Game 1 into Game 2. Ooh, close to a first goal already.
Yeah. Bismo gets a demo as well, so that'll slow down that counterpunch. Brave off the backboard, trying to go for Axel. Good read on the second attacker. Bismo able to beat LRK to the top ball. Mom now try to take it down in the air. Had to spend a lot of moves to do it. It just ends up getting demoed once they get down there. So Minnesota's attack fizzled out before it even began. Brave and LRK trying to punch back. Goes into the corner. Nice move from Axel going up along the wall. Ches finds the touch. Not a whole lot of follow-up. Over to Bismo. And this has been a lot of booming shots. This one had an opportunity. Bismo didn't quite get up for it. Look at a little bit of a misclick. He did the backflip instead of getting up in the air. Braves the shot underneath. And the quick counterattack from Wisconsin draws first blood here in Game 3.
Fantastic stuff. 127 kilometers. That'll be our fastest for Game 2. But 138 is the number to beat when you're talking kilometers per hour on a goal. Just outside 1 minute. This one, that's going to be Wisconsin, the Blue Devils on the left in the blue. I realize I had it backwards, people. I apologize for that. Going to be striking first here in game numero 3. That's number 3.
Happens to the best of us, my friend. I need to sweat it.
Yeah.
If I had $1 for every mistake I made, you know, I would be a rich man. I'd be a rich man.
Yeah, if I had $1 for every mistake I'd made, I'd probably miscount them.
Oh, going up top. Oh, opportunity here. Jez and Bismo were both in front of that one tugboat. Neither of them could put it home.
If I miscounted the number of mistakes I've made, would that be an extra $1? Is that like the philosophical question is like one person can only tell the truth, one person can only lie?
Right.
They both say they're telling the truth.
I don't know. That's like mistakeception. And it hurts my brain. Try to think about it.
I'm sure it will occupy my brain for the rest of the match. I'm sure it will.
The deep philosophical questions coming in here from NACE
Starleague. NACE Starleague, right?
Yeah.
Taking your thoughts to the next dimension, people. That's our unofficial slogan. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's quite all right. By all means, you have the floor, my friend.
We're 2 minutes, 45 seconds into this one. Now, I was talking about who struck first, right? Minnesota obviously got that one done in game number 1. Game 2, though, fresh in the memory, I think This was Wisconsin that was able to put up the first goal, correct?
Yes. Yes, indeed. I did go on to win that game. Ooh, nice move from Axel. They're not out of hot water just yet. Nice contact as LRK comes through to disrupt Mama on the approach, choosing to attack the car as opposed to the ball, and end up being the right call. Axel going in with a 1v3, puts it off the backboard. Slowed down by Mom. LRK gets stalled out on that one. Nothing as a result, and back to neutral ground go both of our squads.
Demos. Try and keep track of them in the next game, because I think we see a theme arising here, Bull Skunk. Whenever there's pressure, offense or defense, one team doesn't want to deal with, and mostly that has been the University of Minnesota thus far. They just simply take a demo. Brave now striking back there for Wisconsin squad. The Blue Devils. That's going to be enough!
Nice!
Brave striking not once but twice. That's gold here, Bull Skunk.
And Minnesota have grown downright timid in this game 3.
Yep.
Perhaps at fear of that counterpunch, but I feel like they just haven't had nearly the level of aggression since, I mean, basically halfway or a little bit through game 2. They got to be fearless. I mean, I think that was part of their success. You got to have confidence, trust in your teammates, and just some downright fearlessness.
Yeah, we just saw that was 3 attempted passes, people. Every single one missed, and Brave almost came shooting in for their third shot attempt. Is going to be blocked away. Let's hope that this Minnesota squad shows up on defense like they've been showing up on offense throughout the season, because it ain't happening right now, Bulls. No, you said it perfectly.
Oh, and Brave almost had the hat trick there.
Just giving them away for free, it seems.
Right?
Clearance sale. All hats 100% off. Only to Brave, though.
Oh, the fortune favors the brave, I suppose.
I like it. Axel, easy block once again. This is just a clinic being put on by the Blue Devils right now. Bedeviling, I think that's a verb. The Minnesota squad right here. The Golden Gophers.
Golden Gophers are struggling. 30 seconds left, and their offense has just fallen flat in game 3. And Wisconsin hand them their first game loss of the season and are about to hand them their second.
Wow.
Wisconsin looking to go up on match point here in the conference championships of Midwest 2. Doing a good job of protecting the ball here. 10 seconds remaining.
Ches, just bisects this field to go from one big boost to the next, not get on offense, and that boils down the last opportunity offensive-wise. Your Wisconsin Blue Devils no longer playing Rocket League here, right? Against the Golden Gophers, they're playing a little whacka-mole.
I like that. And I mean, just underdogs in every sense of the term. 7-2 going in, not nearly the map score that we saw coming out of University of Minnesota. I mean, even down to student body, you're talking about a school that's less than 20% the size.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's just fewer players to choose from. And again, it seems to be a recurring theme, and it's going to continue through our day, but it's quality over quantity here for the Blue Devils, and it has certainly been that way on the pitch for them as well. 2 in a row to put them on match point, and they're showing no signs of slowing. This is going to take a big adjustment from Minnesota to get their offense back in gear. They've got to shake off this timid approach that we saw in Game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Said it before, say it again. Most important part of this matchup is right now. The comms that we cannot hear between this team. I gotta say, Bismo Ches mom, Minnesota did not get here by mistake. They did not drop 0 matches and 0 maps coming into this by mistake. Now, we can't help but notice that this is 2 teams that did not play each other, right? For whatever reason, right. Wisconsin forced to forfeit in game number 2, in game number 2 of the regular season, or week number 2, I guess I should say there. And so we haven't seen
7 on that one. But,
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying we have not seen these 2 teams play each other, and I think that maybe that lack of experience with the other is something that the Golden Gophers are coming in and not being able to find advantage from. Just that simple experience of knowing these teams beforehand. This is an entirely new matchup, new shakeup here for Minnesota, and so far, well, they're on match point.
And this could be This could be the start of something beautiful here for the Blue Devils. I mean, what a time to come in and get real hot and really start to find their rhythm and find their game plan. Going into playoffs, it's the best time. And if they can pull out a W right now, oh my goodness, bolstered confidence and momentum in spades will be on their side. Right now they're playing out of their own side, doing a good job of protecting that net, not giving up any easy shots. Not letting the offense develop here for Minnesota. So they're able to interrupt that play. End-to-end pass, interrupted as well as Axel will find the clear.
I gotta say, if you look offense, take it no farther than the simple numbers. That was Brave that had everything going in game 2 from the offensive look, and a lot going in game number 1. If you find yourself on the defense here, Golden Gophers, it will never be a bad look to simply demo Brave. Find where they're out. Turn yourself to a heat-seeking, or brave-seeking missile, heat-seeking missile, whatever you want to call it, and get it done. That's almost another one, and Brave took it to 2 defenders right here. Yeah, this is Minnesota. They literally just have to shut down Brave. I'm not saying that Axel, LRK can't get it done the offensive. I'm just saying that whenever Brave gets a look at this, they shake this tree and they like what comes out.
Yeah, Brave has been on fire, so I think heat-seeking missiles will work just fine. We'll see if Minnesota have any in their war chest. Just trying to drive in. Axel, good challenge. LRK misses it though. Opportunity goes wide from Mom, pushing it into the corner. Follow-up comes through, but Axel and LRK are able to circle around back into net, get in position, get the clear. Now looking for transition. LRK is going to get a touch on this ball, trying to force it to that right-hand side. Brave comes through, off the backboard. Mom with a deflection, but the ball doesn't go far. Axel battling with Mom in the corner. Mom comes away the victor on that one, but had to spend everything to do it. And LRK sends it right back into the corner, trying to play out to open up some opportunity. University of Wisconsin sticking with this one and are just all over Minnesota. They're not giving them any room to breathe at all.
No, they are not. Just past halftime, both squads getting nada, zilch, nada, 0 from the offensive looks thus far. Defensive looks have been pretty solid. Take it to the numbers for a bit. That's Axel on this Minnesota squad with 2 saves. That's it. Only 3 total shots. Do mine eyes deceive me, Bullskunk. We're 3 minutes into this, and Minnesota has 2 attempted shots on. There's the second for the side of Wisconsin, and that's going to be equaling out.
It's been a very defensive game, no doubt.
Yes, it has.
I still think that favors University of Wisconsin. Ooh, good look there. Axel was able to get in front of it. Brave with an ambitious touch to try to push that in the corner, was in front of another attacker. Up high, Mom gets denied. It's a double commit. Axel just able to get it out of there. Ches doesn't want to further commit on this attack and try to leave that defense vulnerable. So again, a little bit of a conservative approach from Minnesota, working a little bit better for them, but I'd like to see more of that unbridled aggression that got them to where they are.
Yeah. Yes, I cannot agree more. Wisconsin got to this point off of high-flying offense, but that's going to be Ches striking first. Now, we see a little tie action here from your Minnesota Golden Gophers. That will, of course, be a push on into game number 5. In a situation where the team that struck first won every map thus far here in our Wisconsin-Minnesota matchup. That's if, though. Still 60 seconds to go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, history often repeats itself, but not always. Precedent is important, though. Right now, it's Minnesota on the defense. Axel with a good touch. Brave trying to stick with it. Nice read from Ches to go ahead and muscle that one down. Bismo taking a little bit too long, a little patient on that. Allowed for the defense to rotate back in. Just make life difficult, build up that brick wall in front of the net. Axel trying to pass it up over to Brave. Actually, it's LRK who comes in over the top to take that touch. That was a cool little rotation that Wisconsin did there. The way they maneuvered their players through it, had the third man come up to push it into the zone. Very clever. And I like the way they're thinking on their feet. Still, they're running out of time. 15 seconds remaining. Wisconsin trying to tie this thing up. Axel trying to drop it in. Gets intercepted. And Bismo pushing down midfield line. LRK drops it back. Axel gets it stolen away. Mom will find the goal off the intercept. We're headed to our second Game 5 in a row.
Yes, we are pretty much guaranteed that it will require a pinch off the top with opponent 2 to get this in 2 seconds, and then something after there. Physically possible, but we are 1 second away from that being not official. Yep, that is not going to happen here, folks. Game 4 goes down, same scoreline as Game 1. Minnesota striking first, coming on through here, and getting it done in 2-0 fashion, forcing not 1 but 2 goose eggs for the side of Wisconsin. And like you said, Game 5 situation starting in just a minute. I again, may not be January 1st, but I am being blessed with gifts here.
We all are. We all benefit from a fantastic Rocket League we have seen so far across our day. The conference championships never disappoint. And I'm looking forward to another Game 5. Like, it's about all we can ask for. It didn't get any better than this.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Southeast went down Game 5. That was King Tornado that took it. Wisconsin not dropped a map until this matchup right here. Game 5 coming on in. They have not dropped 1 but 2 maps now. Again, if anybody can do it, I think that the University of Wisconsin Blue Devils are the one to get it done.
Can't help but feel that the momentum has flipped a little bit.
Fair.
Minnesota made it work. They didn't show as much aggression as I would like to have seen out of them, but you know, that's why I'm here, and they're the ones out there competing, because what they did that time did work. That they were able to hold Wisconsin to a mere 3 shots, 0 goals, and send us to this important Game 5. So the conservative adjustments end up working out in the end. It took Minnesota 3 games to find that balance. They seem to have found it. The slate is pretty much wiped clean. Some momentum favoring Minnesota at the moment, as they're already pushing. And Bismo scores a 15-second goal to continue that momentum in Minnesota's favor.
Interesting stuff. Minnesota striking for the multiple time across 2 games now from the outside. This has not really been a packet-in-your-face type situation for the Golden Gophers offense thus far. It's really just been happening right here, and the cheat-up situations they have attained from these defensive looks has purchased them enough space, enough breathing room to get really short, quick, and tight rotations in, whether or not they have boost. So really, that's just been the reason why Minnesota has not let anything in quite a while. Looking at 6 minutes, no scores on the orange sides of this board.
Yeah, I mean, it is, history is absolutely repeating itself. If we get this going, your number 1 seed shut out their number 3 seed opponent in our first series in both games 4 and 5.
That's a good point.
Holding true. Yeah, it's holding true here as well. Second goal goes in for Minnesota as Mom increases the lead to 2.
Just like that. This is a Minnesota squad passing the ball around a lot more. It was Ches Game 4. Now Game 5, it's Bismo and his mom putting up scores. Only 60 seconds into this one as well, so a fast-scoring Minnesota Golden Gophers team we see here in Game 5.
And it's that passing, that I think you touched on a really key point there, because the short passes are starting to pay off a lot more. And I mean, Minnesota just going for them a little bit more, I'd say. Mom does get demoed here. Immediately back onto the pitch. Well, I'm keeping everybody comfortable and happy, at least for those coming out of Minnesota St. Paul, or Minneapolis St. Paul, I should say. Slow bouncer? No way! No way! What was that?
Oh, just out here with a little charity action, it seems. That's a bounce. Ches even gets a hit on it. Yeah, so what we said, gotta play it for own goals. That is an own goal all day long because he put nothing into this. Yeah, he gave the ball a little whisper and a pat on the back, like, go find your home, buddy, because I'm not going to stop you here. Bismo makes that a non-factor, though, with the 3rd shot for them. And 2nd goal in. 98 kilometers per hour. Pretty fast shank from this left side back to the bottom middle.
Crazy angle from that corner. That required pinpoint accuracy in Bismo. laser focused on that one. Beautiful shot, beautiful goal to answer right back. And Minnesota starting to look a little bit upset, starting to look a little bit dismayed that they even dropped a game, and now really starting to take it to the Blue Devils. Right in front of the net once again. Pressure coming in. LRK looking for the release valve. Pushes it down into the corner of the orange half. Gets a nice pass across. Braves got it. Beautiful, beautiful cross. Beautiful center. And a better finish. Brave gets that goal right back. And back down to a 1-2 deficit. Blue Devils aren't going down without a fight, Tugboat.
No, they are not. Mom there, though, only one defensive save because that's now 2 in a row that this player has missed, unfortunately. Close and low. Mom can't quite get it done, unfortunately. 2 minutes, 45 seconds on this one, and only one score separates these two squads. Wisconsin coming off of a goose egg situation in Game 4.
And adapting well to Minnesota, who got some of that aggression back into their game. Nice 50 win there. LRK gets beat to it. Minnesota trying to attack once again. Mom pushing it into the corner. LRK goes up for it. Mom steals the boost. LRK steals the ball. Runs into a bit of trouble before crossing the midfield line. Brave just has to boot it up in the air. Still can't get it over mid. Here comes the challenge. 2v1 into the corner. Mom going up off the top. And it lands in, courtesy of Bismo, Minnesota. Scoring 2 unanswered here to give themselves a commanding lead with just a little over 2 minutes remaining.
Double up on the offense. That's going to be enough to shove this across that goal line. Go shopping for a cap. That's the hat trick here for your Bismo player. Minnesota doing crazy stuff. And I got to say, again, Ches was the Game 4 champion. Mom has done some fantastic stuff earlier. Maybe not so much on defense, but hey, it doesn't matter when you have a player like Bismo striking out on their own. A save from them as well, and the assisted the only other goal. Bismo is simply everywhere in this game, number 5. Taking it to the numbers, actually, gotta say, this is a much different look, right? What, 260 points, 254, 252 for Brave and LRK. Everybody on the side of Wisconsin with much more even-handed looks at this, whereas this other side, the Golden Gophers, a lot more of a disparity between offensive and defensive looks between players.
Bismo with the hat trick. I was looking for more on this one. 3 goals on 4 shots. Gotta love those conversion odds. Just to add to some of your math stats. Ches gets it stolen away. Battle for it at mid. Mom's the one who comes away with it. Gets it behind Brave on a nice little pass. Move. Shot for Bismo. Denied off the near post. Ches going up for it. We'll push it back into the corner. Looking to work out. LRK having none of it. Sends it back down the other direction. 43 seconds on the clock. Stout down by 2 here in our Game 5 of the Conference Championships. Axel keeps it in with a nice little touch. But everybody kind of running into each other in the middle. Minnesota have an opportunity to take advantage. Mom comes through with the goal. That one might just do it.
Looking like 5 o'clock traffic over here in the lower right third for the side of Minnesota's defense, taking advantage of that. Hey, Mom can get through traffic, man. Mom can get through traffic. I learned that back in high school. 3 score differences here, 32 seconds to go. Unfortunately, Joel Skunk, I do not believe we're going to see an underdog story being written here today. We got the, we got the intro and the first couple chapters written, but the end of the book is not going to be published.
I mean, there was a nice little spoiler in there as far as Wisconsin playing spoiler to Minnesota's golden stage here, golden split, if you would. So, I mean, still a feather in their cap. But, I mean,
I want to believe.
I mean, a little bit of a morale booster there from LRK. That is some belief. Do you believe in miracles?
Man, if this was 4-3, we would have a game all day long. Bull Skunk and I would literally be just screaming right now. We wouldn't be saying anything. We'd just be screaming until we turn purple and pass out. But that is not the situation that you guys are blessed with here today. 5-3, gonna be for your Minnesota Golden Gophers as they continue on a golden match record here, people. But that map record just snapped over the knee right here, thrown out with yesterday's garbage.
something nobody else has been able to accomplish here in the Midwest 2 division. So, like I said, I mean, still a feather in the cap of University of Wisconsin. The Blue Devils put up a great performance here today, and I mean, and looking really strong going into the postseason. Definitely a team I'm going to be keeping my eye on once we get into playoffs. But Minnesota, I mean, you can't argue with results, and they have been putting it up in spades consistently, and do so again here today, despite dropping those 2 games.
Yeah, exactly. Bismo, Mom, 11 shots between the two of them as well. 5 goals for those 11 shots attempted there. 4 saves between them, and they assisted pretty much every single goal between the two of them. Ches just kind of playing a back-end role so much in this game, number 5, that just came all the way down the wire. Again, we came out with the best of 5, tied all the way up, go all the way down to the best of 3, tied it all the way up, pushing on into a best of the 5th game in this best of 5 with 2 goose eggs put up by the losing team here. So what that means, of course, is of the 3 games they lost, 2 were just complete utter swipes, and the last one a little bit more even-handed, but hey,
a little better.
In every Rocket League competition, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. So far, the losers have been the lower seeds thus far, though, right? Number 3 seed, putting up some solid opportunities for themselves, making it interesting, but ultimately and unfortunately falling short in that 5th game, 11th hour situation.
And it's been in 2 map 5 situations in a row. And I mean, another fun stat for you, that's the first map 5 or game 5 that Wisconsin have lost all season. So that was their sixth game 5 that they have been to in 11 series. And the first one they had lost. So it was, math was on their side. Unfortunately, fate was not.
Yeah. Wow.
But
that's insane. That's insane. More game 5 situations than not, right? You said 6
than
of them?
not. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 out of 11.
Okay. They don't like sweeps. They want to keep brooms in the closet, right?
No
brooms in the closet. Just take it and give us commentators and you, dear viewer, exactly what you want, which is game 5 type situations. Little interview action again. That's going to be with the winners, of course, right? Only winners here in the interview box. When we're ready for that, that will be Mom coming on down to give us a piece of her mind, which strikes fear into my heart, right? Just hearing the words, right, all the way through. I was a rapscallion in high school and whatnot, so me and Mom have plenty of those conversations, Bull Skunk.
Tugboat, you better be on your best behavior. Mom's coming.
Got you.
All right?
There's swearing, yes ma'am, no ma'am, everything else like that. Get the chores out the way earlier on. No dirty clothes on the ground, on the floor in my room. That was my mom's thing.
Yeah, sit up straight. You can check your posture. You know,
drink a lot of water.
Yep. Yes, there you go. There you go. We are ready for Mom to join.
Oh man,
I love doing the interviews though. Like, it's one of my favorite parts. Like to actually get to talk to the players. I think it's one of the highlights of our job. You know, it's not one of the job description. It's just one of the perks. And it looks. It truly is. It truly is. And speaking of, it looks like we are ready. Talk to Mom. Real Mom, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the dub and a 10-0 season.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. There you go. Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke here, Bull Skunk. Let's get right on into this one. I'd hate to use the same questions for the first interview, but I gotta say, there were very different looks from your squad and the other squad here. I want to ask you what changed in the game that you guys won, but by a more slim margin, versus the game that you guys were able to put up or force out goose egg situations against Wisconsin. That was the game 1 and game 4, both 0-2. Your eyes are very blue, by the way. Maybe it's just the contrast here. Maybe it's just the contrast between like the black background and the red and gold red and gold jersey. But hey, good on you, man. Good on you.
Thanks. Well, first off, I'd say that the most important part about this series was probably just our mental. I think our first game we were there, but then we let that game get to us a little bit, and we stopped focusing on the fundamentals. So I'd say that towards the end of the series, we were really focusing on a controlled play and just doing the basic things right.
Now, did the fact that y'all hadn't dropped any games, was that going through your brain? Like, was that something that was kind of adding some pressure or even, dare I say, a touch of hubris in there? Was that part of the factor?
I'd say that, once we lost that second game, it crossed my mind a little bit, but it didn't affect me too much.
I mean, you came back strong, so that's hey. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good. Sometimes you got to get back to the fundamentals, and what better time than ever to keep that in mind than going into playoffs? Did Obi-Wan just walk into your?
Yeah, that's actually that's Ches, the other
nice.
player on the Yeoman
Nice.
Gold squad. So yeah, he's
That's
got
not the Minnesota player we're looking for here.
exactly right.
Tell him that. Get on out the back door here. It's my time. It's my time.
Oh yeah, Ches just makes a cameo in the Obi-Wan garb. He just comes walking through.
I mean,
Oh,
last
my
time he
goodness.
did an
Oh, my
interview,
goodness.
I was eating a bag of chips in the background, so you gotta.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk postseason. What are plans going into postseason? Is there any adjustments you're going to make? Anything you're going to be working on to ensure that you can continue your undefeated streak going through into playoffs?
I'd say that our play style definitely just revolves around solid mechanics and not making stupid choices, and so a lot of that is resolved when you just play the game at all. Even like rank 2s especially, that's how you hone in your mechanics, and so I think that's what all of us are focusing on.
I like it.
Right on.
Yeah, and really just there's not many like unclean edges for Minnesota here, but that's also always something that I think any Rocket League team can really focus on here. Last question, Mom, before we get you on out of here. I gotta ask, where'd the tag come from? And if they are your initials, then make up a story.
They're not my initials, but I will say I don't know if you guys ever heard of the game Rust. But essentially, we were raiding our neighbors, and we didn't want our neighbors to know it was us, so we all switched our name to family names.
Got it.
And so mine kind of just stuck. My old name actually used to be Donut King 111, but mom's
You raided my base, bro. What the heck? There you go. I found him finally after all these years.
Yes.
Now we just sit up straight and mind our P's and Q's when the real mom shows up, right?
There you go. Is that Chance who came in eating a single piece of white bread too? Because if so, that's like mega cursed.
Yeah, it most definitely is.
I love
Do you have any shout outs or anything for
the loss in his voice? He's just like, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Any shout outs there, Mom, before we let you go?
Well, definitely my dad. He's always in the chat, Keffer10. So
Nice.
shout out to him. Thanks for all the University of Minnesota club members for also watching. My girlfriend and rest of my family. Thank you for, supporting me in this journey. That's about all I
very
got.
wholesome. That's amazing. No, that support means the world. I love it, my friend. I love it. Well, thank you. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and best of luck to you in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Looking to continue on their match list, or what? What am I trying to say? Trying to continue on their win streak with not dropping matches here, Bull Skunk. You get it. You get it. Lost a couple maps here. Doesn't matter. They said it wasn't that much of a mental, right? What'd you say?
No, it doesn't matter. Like that's like I mean, at the end of the day, that's unimportant. It is superfluous, as you said during the series. What matters is their number 1 seeds going in, and are still 10-0 here on this streak. Like that's what matters.
I think that was right. I did it backwards, given that we're backwards on camera. It doesn't matter. 10-0, 10-0 people. That's what your Minnesota Golden Gophers are looking at. Made of gold indeed, coming on in here to the next. And again, this is not no elimination whatnots. In case you just joined us, Wisconsin dropping this, still going to remain within their respective seeding placement on this. There will not be a reverse of the 1 seed and the 3 seed, just like we saw from match 1. But looking at in our next match, right, that is little St. Clair Saints action, a little repetitive, but whatever. University of Waterloo coming on in, the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed here, correct?
Yeah, yes indeedy, and by a slim margin as well. These two teams are very, very close in the standings. I can't wait to see this match go down. It'll be our final match of the day when we return with more NACE Starleague. Well, both of our series so far here in the conference championships have gone to a Game 5. It has been down to the wire for everybody thus far. And, well, we've got one more coming at you. And on paper, these two teams are as close as it gets. But before we get into that, got to get a little love to our friends out there at Medify. Medify is an online platform that allows players to learn from and play with some of the best players in the world. Medify grants players a private one-on-one coaching session with elite coaches, across a variety of games, including Rocket League. It also features a powerful review tool, allowing you and your players to submit past matches for review by the best in the game and get annotated feedback frame by frame. Choose from the top Rocket League coaches and book your first session in less than 3 minutes with Medify. You can book your sessions and instantly chat with coaches in real time, or upload past gameplay and get expert-level analysis from top players. Medify also provides custom support from collegiate programs. So if you're an esports organizer out here, keeping an eye on your college team, you can reach out, learn how they can help you with your team with one-on-one coaching, team coaching, and competitive analysis.
So Medify, y'all, fantastic organization. Once again, we appreciate them, as well as our production staff, helping us out as casters, making our jobs just so much easier. Behind-the-scenes staff always getting some love out there. Looking at,
I've used it. I've used Medify myself, gotten some coaching just to help with casting and try to get a deeper understanding of the games that I broadcast for. So a lot of good applications. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, a lot of different uses there for that. Not just with playing, as old Bull Skunk just said. Yeah. St. Clair Saints, University of Waterloo, a Canadian matchup here, right? Our friends from the Great White North going in to do battle in the great esport of Rocket League. St. Clair, your number 1 seed, taking on Waterloo. I'll run through the St. Clair squad, their matchup, and the 3 players that we will see here today on the Rocket League pitch. That is, of course, J Plays, little Spoodsy action, and Comp, rounding out the threesome here for St. Clair.
Yeah, and just narrowly behind them, only by a difference of 3 game differential, are the Waterloo Warriors. Vanilla Rain, Virus, and Go Rocks Go be taking the pitch for them. We'll see these 2 Titans clash here momentarily. And again, a big disparagement in student body. And I think this is just such an interesting stat. University of Waterloo, with a student body of over 42,000 people versus St. Clair coming out of Windsor, Ontario, that have a mere 1,300 to choose from. So it's those matchups are always interesting to me because it makes such a big difference on the player pool that you can choose from and then the amount of players that are going to sign up for tryouts and find the best of it. But something in the water there at St. Clair because it seems like everybody over there are just expert Rocket League players.
Yeah, seems like it. Seems like it. Again, 1.3K, 1,300 to 42K. Some crazy stuff. Crazy differences there. That will reflect its opposite, though, people. Number 1 seed in St. Clair, number 2 seed in Waterloo. Score differential of 3, plus 20 here for the 8-1 St. Clair Saints, plus 17 for the number 2 seed, 8-1 University of Waterloo squad. Now, what we have seen so far, Bull Skunk, is 2 absolutely to-the-wire, barn-burner, white-knuckler rides of matches through match 1 and match 2, and those were through between 1 and 3 seeds. If it's possible to play 9 games of Rocket League in a best-of-5, it's going to happen here at match number 3 because we got incredibly close matchups earlier. That was a game 1. Match 1, 2 overtime situations and like 5.5 minutes of Rocket League extra, right? 4.5 in the first, about 60 seconds in the last game. A last game that goes down to a 1-0 scoreline. It is very, very infrequent for high-level Rocket League teams to go down to a 0-0 scoreline. No scores on boards across 5 full minutes, across 300 full seconds for Rocket League play. That's exactly what we got in the first match. That was forever ago, and now we have 2 evenly more matched teams going up and doing battle in match number 3.
And almost as perfect have been St. Clair College coming in, as we saw from the University of Minnesota. St. Clair College have only dropped 1 singular game throughout this series. That 1 game was to the Waterloo Warriors. They have been the only team here in the Canada East Division to do that. Now, that in that head-to-head, clearly St. Clair came out with that dub, but that was way back in week number 2. And Waterloo have been on fire ever since 3-0ing Concordia in play-ins to get into the playoffs. And just a reminder of our format, every team we've seen here today will be in the postseason. These conference championships determine your seeding once we get into playoffs and determine who you will face off against first.
Absolutely. Waterloo on the left and the blue here. Virus, Good Rocks Go, Vanilla Rain, Comp, J Spoods making up your St. Clair Saints. Going to be looking to fly high here in game number 1. A little bit of feeling out action thus far. A little bit of feeling out action. Go Rocks Go with a solid block. That sounds like the, Inspector Gadget, right? Like, Go Rocks Go. Go, stuff like that. That's how he would initiate it. Or no, Go Gadget, yada yada. That's what it was.
Right. Well,
that's showing my age a little bit, but that's okay, right?
That is okay. It's absolutely okay. Rocket League is for all ages, all right? There's no discrimination here. Oh, a nice little touch! What a redirect from Spoods to start things off. A good read off of a difficult bounce into the ceiling that they put it there themselves and able to get just enough of it to send it against that near post as far away from the defender as humanly possible. Expert stuff coming out of Spoodsy to start off the series.
Yeah, it really has been so far. Score difference of 1, and this is something I've noticed here. Our game 1s, they're really not like, the biggest score differential we've had in a game 1 is 2, right? We literally started this off with that 4-3 barn burner that had 4.5 extra minutes here. I think the 1 score a minute in here might actually be our quickest goal on broadcast thus far today, Bull Skunk, which again just goes to tell you guys just how close these matchups have been here today. If we had gotten 3-0 sweeps, that's Comp with a second goal here for the St. Clair Saints. If we gotten 3-0 sweeps, we would have had to say goodbye to you dear people like 30 minutes ago or something, right? At 10 total games so far, 11 starting right now.
Oh, and what a fantastic play there between Jay and Comp. Just using that back wall to the best advantage. Waterloo didn't know which way to look. It was back and forth, and just got picked apart at the seams. And St. Clair wastes 0 time going back on the attack once again. They force their way back into the blue half. Going up for it. Nice steal from Jay. Going down into the corner. Vodavirus gets a poor touch. Jay gets a look on the goal. The rebound is there. 3-0 for St. Clair. And what a commanding start to the series. Holy cow.
106 kilometers per hour is going to be our fastest goal, paralleled obviously by our quickest being time. But, man, I feel like, I say a lot of words sometimes, Bullskunk, but sometimes those words don't come true. I feel like I've been spending 10 minutes hyping up this match after 2 barn burners and matches. That's not what we're getting. So far, that was the first real, actual offensive look that Waterloo has had thus far. That is here, and now we get it up. Yes, so 2 shot attempts here from the Waterloo squad as St. Clair's score difference of 1, no real lead indeed within the great game of Rocket League, people. Score difference of 2, different story. Score difference of 3 is the beginning of an impressive look. Score difference of 4, while you're not even at halftime yet, with the fastest goal, at 115 kilometers per hour, I think we might be ending today with 13 games total. Can you do the math there?
Yes. 5 plus 5 plus...
Ah, man,
3. It's 3.
There you go. 3 below 3.
3. How many licks does it take to get to the middle of the Waterloo Warriors? St. Clair's. Well, just putting up a few extra here, as this has been 5 unanswered, and just, wow, what a dominant start. Absolutely superb stuff. Come Saints. And by far the biggest lead we have seen all day.
You know what it was? Pride forgot to give us our scripts. Like on paper, game matches 1 and 2 is supposed to be the longer range ones, and match 3 is supposed to be close. But we lost the script here. We don't know what's going to happen. It's already been predetermined, people. Sorry. Obviously, we're accused of that all the time, but not happening. Not happening here today. Sorry. The script's getting thrown out with yesterday's work.
Well, I feel like we had the script. This should have been close.
I was reading it upside down. That's what it was.
Is that what it was? Oh, that'll get you every time. St. Clair has certainly thrown that script in the bin. $1:45 on the clock, and Waterloo right now just need to try to piece something together. Take a breath, calm down, and get back some fundamentals. I think a goal here would go a long way to kind of boost morale going into the rest of the series. If St. Clair can shut this out, it's looking dismal, I'd say, for the Warriors.
Yeah, this is literally just, I kind of mentioned it earlier, right? There's not really been a situation where keepaways make sense. Game 4 in the first matchup, 4-0 situation there. Kind of the 5-3 at the end of this last, but now 6 goals between the two. This is not a St. Clair Saints squad that needs to keep scoring. This is just 74 seconds left, where they'll play keep away and let that sand continuously waste through the hourglass. At this point, St. Clair Saints are not really playing against the Waterloo Warriors here. They're playing against the clock. That's just for game 1, though. As we know, this is no best of 3. This is definitely not a one and done. So there's still plenty of opportunity after this one. A strike back here, so no goose egg situations either. I'm going to say it's not happening. 64 seconds left. But, same time, St. Clair Saints, if I remember right, they put up 3 scores, maybe even 4 in about the same amount of time. So maybe not all hope is lost. Maybe the night is not quite here.
Anything could certainly happen. But at the very least, it's that morale booster that I was talking about. So Vanilla's able to give them that reminder that, hey, they can get work done. Waterloo are able to put goals home and put, scores, put some points on the board. Now, whether they can take that morale, make adjustments, and come back into game 2 stronger is part of the script. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. But it's getting out of your own head, I think, is the hardest part. Getting that first goal on the board is definitely the hardest one.
Kind of a slowdown, like a dead stare, like this town ain't big enough for the both of us here for a second, as literally everybody just kind of slows down, waits for, see what the other is going to do, and again, that just kind of goes to waste a little bit of clock. It was a smart move from St. Clair Saints, regardless, even if this was much, much closer. Getting the 7th. Here, we got the Brazil. Can't have the scoreline pop up without us mentioning it, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
And All-Stars playing. How cool is that? Oh, I guess you guys don't see that on the other. Well, within the game right now, All-Star by Smash Mouth, a classic from the youth of mine, and probably Bullskunk playing in the background.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's probably don't want that on stream.
No. Oh yeah, no, that's
It's a
it's
DMCA,
no
I'm
good.
afraid.
It's no good. Yeah, exactly. That's a guarantee of a sure sign of a bad time, right? There you go, St. Clair Saints, 7-1. If you're the Waterloo Warriors, that is also the sure sign of a bad time. Not for lack of trying here either, people. That's really where we got to put our attention to. 9 total shot attempts for this orange squad for the St. Clair Saints. Flying high in game number 1, a 7-9 shot completion record. That is insane, especially when you consider that this is spread out across all of these, and it's only comp with all but one of the actual misses, right? Rocket League can be kind of wonky in how it awards these offensive looks and offensive shots and whatnot.
Sure.
But and so you can almost guarantee this is higher than 9 like total, but just based on the numbers that we have, 3 missed for comp, and Jay hit both of theirs, Spoods hit 4 out of their 5. A little bit of a different look coming in from the Waterloo Warriors.
And Spoods, like you say, had 4 goals in that one, so an outstanding start, leading the charge here in the server. The question is, how do Waterloo answer? You know, what do you do to make adjustments on what was an incredibly offensive Saints team? They were pushing, pretty far up and getting very aggressive in their positioning. So perhaps room for quick transition. But I mean, first things first. That means you got to stop it and get a good clear and have boost to work with once you get into the other half.
Yeah. Rocket League is a game of resources in many ways. There's only a couple different real resources that can be dwindled away and can be used up. Of course, you're looking at boost. Of course, you're looking at chronological resource. That's time, people. And, of course, you're looking at players. Demo action. You asked about what can Waterloo do. What Waterloo can do is simply demo J. My goodness. Like we said, 4 shots in. Comp also doing crazy stuff earlier. Get a little demos action going. Throw this against the wall and see if it sticks.
Comp, good touch. Blocked by Go Rocks. Push back into the corner, and Waterloo trying to clear the zone right now. Jay gets it over everybody. Virus is able to find enough of that ball and keep it out of the net, but St. Clair already starting to mount some offense. Waterloo has got to find a way to put it into this. Would love to see some of that physicality that you're referring to, but St. Clair aren't giving him any easy looks. Now it's Jay off the backboard, has the follow-up there. Comp slams that one home. Worked as advertised. St. Clair once again take an early lead.
Yes, no complaints here from St. Clair, and Comp puts this up about as high as one can get it. Vanilla Rain not able to rise up quite to this one. 50 seconds, 49 seconds technically into this one. And we got the St. Clair Saints striking first. We have seen plenty of situations, match 2, where the team that struck first ended up winning, and that's exactly what happened in the previous game with St. Clair Saints and Waterloo. Shot to the middle, Go Rocks Go, putting one up for the squad here. Not ultimately going to net anything for it, though.
That kind of pressure can culminate, though, and Waterloo certainly needs to be doing more of it. I mean, put some shots on. Force St. Clair into a defensive posture and try to get some space to work with. But as it is, nope, Jay just opens up the entire pitch, looking for the cross. Does get intercepted. Looking for something in transition. Virus not able to get it. Vanilla not able to find it either. Go Rocks Go sends it wide. All 3 players from Waterloo getting touch in. And I like the offense. They put in a lot more offense already in Game 2 than we saw in Game 1 in its entirety. Now they just need to find a way to hit the mark.
I hear you. Offensive looks left, right, and center for Waterloo, but none quite connecting thus far. I got to say, they've doubled up on the offense a couple times, And now they're actually fading looks at this on the defense as well. Losing Vanilla Rain for a couple of seconds isn't going to be too bad, and now perfect positioning. This is actually what I talk about when I say that some demos are literally detrimental for your squad. Vanilla Rain was out of boost, left side, would have had to beat feet to get back here, and didn't have any boost. As it is, you demoed them, and Vanilla Rain came back. Nice positioning, 34 boost in the tank. There was no other player here for Waterloo that was going to block that ball away. The only reason Vanilla Rain was there, Vanilla Sky is a great movie, but Vanilla Rain was there is simply because they got demoed. This was not the time to pull for that one. A bump would have done the same thing, taking them out of commission and leaving them with no boost, as it was 2.5 seconds later, pretty much, 3 seconds technically. You're going to be looking at a Vanilla Rain player in perfect position to stop the second St. Clair's shot. And if this goes down to Waterloo's taking one, then they're really going to be biting themselves for that.
Vanilla Rain had a great look. Now over the top, Virus just trying to muscle that one in. Strong arm it past the defense. But St. Clair unwavering thus far. Now Jay getting it out of there. Rushing onto the attack. A little goes as GoRox Go is able to find the intercept. Jay sweeps back, drops it into the blue zone, and St. Clair reset for another assault. Virus steals it away, pushes it into the orange half. Jay snags that boost, is able to stuff that corner a little bit. And St. Clair find enough of a clear to get some rotations and pick up a little bit more resources. Meanwhile, Waterloo trying to press in, but didn't seem to have a whole lot of boost to work with. Now having to chase this thing down.
Nice.
GoRox Go has to put it up against the wall. Jay trying to find the follow-up. A good save coming out of Waterloo. And here they go right back on the offense.
Fantastic stuff on the defense there. Perfect transitioning, getting there just in the nick of time. Yeah, you had to beat feet to get there, but picking up boost on the other side, leaned into an honest offensive look.
I mean, St. Clair, compared to the 7-1 we saw in game number 1, St. Clair have been stifled a little bit, despite the fact, they do still hold this 1-0 lead. And it's still on Waterloo to find some way to answer back. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you won by 6 or if you win by 1. It's still going to be St. Clair moving up to match point.
It's a very good point. Doesn't matter just by how much you do win. Jay has been on the demo duty thus far. The double coming in just a second ago here against the same player as well. Jay, obviously a clear-cut role put out for this player. That's not just the result of positioning and timing. Back and forth we go. Comp almost gets this one up and in. GoRox Go blocks it away. That one goes in. I'm not sure 12 seconds would have been enough.
Virus at the line. Vanilla Rain. No! And St. Clair gets the pinch to go in their favor.
More vacancy.
Oh, no!
Hotel as Waterloo's checked in. That sucks.
I thought Vanilla Rain actually got a piece of that one. No, it was just a clean shot from Spoods, able to beat Vanilla Rain to that ball. So, correction on my part. Beautiful job from Spoods. 2-0 is going to solidify St. Clair moving up to match point here in the conference championships for Canada East.
And then just a bare touch, like a little bit of momentum, maybe call it like 15 boost or so, separated this Waterloo squad from putting up at least one in game number 2. But I mean, a 1-7 scoreline's got to feel like a goose egg, right?
Yeah,
it's just impressive. There's not a whole lot to be done at that. Six score difference on that. Obviously a lower score difference, but Waterloo just similar performance, unfortunately, not able to get a whole lot going in the offensive third when it comes to making this in. Again, not for lack of trying, not for lack of opportunity here. 9 total shots for Waterloo in game number 2 with nothing put in, unfortunately.
I mean, that's just a testament to St. Clair's defense. And, I mean, really, St. Clair looking spectacular on both ends of the pitch. But doing a good job and getting reset quickly. They seem to know early enough when they need to pull back, which can be difficult for a team that is so aggressive. I mean, we saw them just absolutely unhinged in game 1, sitting all 3 people down into the blue half. But then when they do get tested a little bit more defensively, like we saw in game 2, they're able to make those rotations in beautiful time. You were talking about teams getting physical, like Jay, who was the one putting up the demos, slowing down the pace and really putting Waterloo off balance. St. Clair just look unbeatable, unflappable, wherever we're seeing them on the pitch.
Beatable, unflappable, unstoppable, whatever we're going to call it, that's exactly what this St. Clair's squad is looking like as of right now. I suggested it last game. I am not a broken record, people. We need to look at Waterloo getting more physical. Whether that's just minor bumps, whether that's full-on demos, whatever it is, we need to see it because this offense is just getting taken advantage of and taking the ball away. Candy from a baby situation. That was a solid little hit back from Virus, but with nobody else there to back it up, Spoods and the rest of St. Clair's going to have a path on in, at least for passes, if not into points, coming in the first offensive look in game number 3. Possibly our last game of our third match.
Nice attempt there. Jay, just the initial touch was a little wide. Waterloo looking for something on the other side. Trying to create opportunity as Virus comes in with a great steal, pushes up and along the backboard. Comp sticks right with it, though. All 3 players from Waterloo committed onto that wall. St. Clair have a chance, but can't find the pass. Smooths with the intercept. Jay trying to walk this one in. Also stolen away. St. Clair's starting to tighten the grasp here in the blue half. Interesting touch. Decides to give up that space and give it right back. Virus able to take advantage of that. Puts one on. Before it finally gets cleared back the other direction. Waterloo with a small window of opportunity. Not really able to convert, but I like the fact that they're at least taking those chances.
Virus back hit on this. Perfect shot on that. Throw an epic on top of that save. He earned it all day long. 90 seconds into this one. That's the most time that Waterloo has spent without getting scored on. This is awesome looks for them thus far, and incremental increases in offensive looks in the back and forth. Oh, man, just barely there. A fantastic defensive stop again from Waterloo.
A beautiful save. Beautiful save. And could see the communication there. Holy cow! Goal line defense, but the follow-up goes through. Waterloo score their first goal since game 1. And have their first lead of the day. Jay got a piece of it, but there's nobody there to block the rebound.
Yeah, Comp tried just getting a little bit too fast on there, and just that that extra little 5% juice, a little bit of boost burn to get there, not enough to block this one away. New goose egg situation for Waterloo in the beginning, and with that, they have taken the lead. Love to see it. On their way to some extra Rocket League.
Virus going up for this one. Doesn't really get a whole lot of it. It's Vanilla Rain who tries to push it out. And just very lateral touches coming out of Waterloo. And inevitably they have to fall back and defend. Virus does work it back out to that midfield line where Spoods was waiting for it. Spoods over to Comp. Comp dishes it back into the blue territory. Nice move from Go Rocks. Gets around 1. Not able to get around Jay, though. Nothing left in the tank. Comp with the back pass. Forcing St. Clair, everybody falls back to that defense. Waterloo not able to close the gap, though, and having to go back and play in their own zone immediately thereafter.
Yeah, this is much more methodical breakdowns, offensive and defensive looks from both squads. I'm not going to say either team is pensive, but just the sweeping offensive looks we've seen earlier are not showing up so much here. That's a solid shot, Spoods. And this is, again, just very, very methodical. Literally, not a first on a shot, but a pass on a second. First shot doesn't make it, and then they have a third rounding round. Cue the Jaws music across the middle, because their player is always there to at least make a shot. Back hit right there, and
Nice.
Go comes up with the epic save again. But
The
that's
rebound, though.
gonna be enough. Always about the rebounds, right? It's never really about that first shot. Sometimes not even about the second. That's the second right there. It's gonna be about that third, and Spood knows it.
And everybody from Waterloo kind of did a right-to-left sweeping motion on your screen, and it left that near post wide open for the eventual goal from Spoods. Result of just great pressure coming in from St. Clair Saints. They don't give up on that play and just continue to bombard the net. Result, tie game here, game number 3. St. Clair match point, just under 90 seconds to go.
Rocket League to be played. 10-10, 0-0, 1-1, doesn't matter. Score difference is the same. Back to it. Best look that Waterloo has had thus far. On the defense for right now, but they have looked much more comfortable in this position than they have between games 1 and 2.
St. Clair with the last goal. And a little bit of momentum. Virus trying to just clear the zone. Jay's going to keep it in. Comp's going up for it. Put it off the wall. Looking for their own double tap. Big collision there. Ball kind of spits up in the air. Boots goes up to grab it. Jay bounces this one off the backboard. It's worked for them thus far, but nobody there to pick it up except for blue players. 2v2 going into the backfield. Jay comes through with a giant steal slash save. And now immediately going the other direction. Air pass over to Comp. Goes a little high.
Yeah, and with that, Waterloo has yet again stopped a really solid and well-coordinated offense from the St. Clair Saints coming in at this one. Again, no single shot. It's always multiple coming in. They blocked every single one. On the other side, though, this is a run!
Oh, Smooths. Smooths carries it all the way down from box to box and just drops it right in front of Comp. Who gets a little bit of a redirect just in case anybody from Waterloo was trying to come in and make a last-second save. Impossible for a defense to handle. And the 2-1, 2 unanswered with dwindling seconds on the clock. Waterloo staring down the middle of the match point, trying to put one in, only across, and somehow Virus gets it home. Was this an own goal here?
I think.
Let's see this again, friends. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Jay got a piece of it.
Wow, Jay on the defensive attempt there. You know, I always say, like, go for these, but that was definitely a more questionable situation. We're on the cusp of an overtime situation here, Bull Skunk.
Right in front of the orange net. St. Clair's want to end this here now. Excuse me, the blue net.
There we go. We got it. We started overtime. We might be ending it with overtime here, Bull Skunk.
Game 3.
Oh,
Woo! Came
I
out
didn't want
quick.
it to end it like that.
No. St. Clair certainly didn't either, but the Saints were ready for it. Stave off the kickoff goal. Jay picking up the pass, going up high. There's nobody there for it, though. Vanilla Range just going to dump it in, look for something off the backboard. Just got chasing Comp around. Want to let them know that they're there. Comp going off the wall. Nice move. Cutting towards the inside. Vanilla Rain does find that save. Ball bounces in St. Clair's favor into the corner. And everybody just kind of slows down, retreat to their respective sides. Comp coming over the top. Tried to thread the needle there, but the gap quickly closed up. As Waterloo's defense hanging on so far. Good opportunity there. Go Rocks pushes it aside, but Jay with the follow-up into the middle. Go Rocks gets it again. Keeps this one out. Comp keeping the pressure on. That one goes near post. Virus turning that one away. Here's another one coming in from St. Clair. 4 shots back to back. Somehow Waterloo still in this.
Absolutely. I've been searching for what the big difference here. No, Jay to the top right 90. That corner shot made in. And that's going to be your St. Clair Saints in 3. What I was going to say, man, and I'm still sticking to this. Waterloo did so much of a better job on defense. I was kind of like spending game 3, trying to like decipher, or try to like pick out these nuggets of truth and information about what exactly it was. What it was that Waterloo, especially in game 1, whenever they'd get a shot in, they would pretty much always block the first one. But it was about the rebounds thereafter, the redirects coming out from these goals afterwards. And pretty much all the time when it came off of this backboard, the rebound would simply go back the same way towards the Saints, and they were able to rack up like a shot upon shot. That changed some towards game 2, and this went less so for defensive looks and offensive looks. It was more just like, yes, they get a good redirect and kind of fight with it over the middle, but at the end of the day, Saints would generally get it and come back with this. The simple fact of why Waterloo was able to take this all the way to a game 3 overtime was that they were able to get these big sweeping rebounds all the way out, and there was a Waterloo player at least on the way to go and receive it. As it was, when they were on defense, just especially game 1 and in the game 2, it was tripled up. They were right there. It was like, I can only imagine what those comms are like, right? Pressure was there, and pressure does frequently crush. In game 3, I think that pressure more so made diamonds on the defense of Waterloo, but at the end, unfortunately, just not going to be enough. In an overtime situation, that is the St. Clair Saints in 3-2 scoreline in game 3.
And that's our first, non-5 game series of the day, the only 3-0 of the day. All 3 of our number 1 seeds did take the dubs here in our conference championships. So moving into playoffs, all is right with the world. The number 1 seeds will have favorable seeding and favorable matchups once we head into postseason.
Yeah, exactly. So, just in case this hasn't been reiterated enough, again, no elimination on. And with this one, we're going to be looking at situations where the best seed is retained. There, plenty of opportunities, plenty of looks, but at the end of the day, the on paper look we have, right? Number 3 seed versus number 1 seed. One team has not dropped a single map the entire time. Like things like this, right? Between match number 1, match number 2, these are indicators for just absolute bloodbaths one way, for one-sided sweeps for one of these teams, for the top seed. That is not what we get in match 1 and match 2. And then on match 3, what we have, again, on paper, the numbers in front of us here, Bull Skunk, says that this is the one that we'd still be watching, right? We'd see, 4.5 minute overtime in the first game. We see a 6.5 minute overtime here in every single game or whatever in match 3, but that's not what we get. So how interesting, right? How interesting that we go back and everything that we numbers-wise have to predict this doesn't happen, and then the kind of like the lack of information, right, from that match too, because the University of Minnesota and Wisconsin never actually played each other, right? That was the forfeit situation, so never actually took to the pitch, even though one team did get the dub within that regular season. Everything here just again, ball it up, throw it on out the window predictions-wise.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense was our number 1 seeds winning it the whole time. What else makes sense is going to a bit of a winner's interview, as we've got Comp on the line. And,
how's it going?
Let's see. Hey, what's up, Comp? Thanks for taking the time to join us. Congrats on the dub.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So fantastic looks for you guys. 3-0 victory for the St. Clair Saints up and over. Sticking into the same question here because we have seen just the first couple of games be so different from the last few. So, want to ask, 1-7 for the St. Clair Saints game 1, and then a little bit of different, a score difference, of 2 in game 2, and then all the way down the wire in the match 3 right here. What is it that changed about Waterloo or the St. Clair Saints that really led to this scoreline difference from game 1 on into game 3?
I think we were trying a little bit harder in game 1, so that's why it was like a bigger score line. And then we just started to have a little bit of fun with the game and just enjoying it, right? So we knew we were going to come out with the dub, so had some fun with it.
Supreme confidence. I like it. Bull Skunk?
Yeah, no, definitely like the confidence going in. Now, how do you carry this confidence into the playoffs? What's the game plan going into the postseason? I mean, is it just business as usual, or you got something special in mind for us?
Business as usual. I mean, the only real teams we're worried about is Stockton and Northwood going into playoffs. So as long as we can be prepared for those teams and come ready, then we're going to take that championship.
I like it.
Killed my next question I was going to ask. Give us a little bit of content action, right? You already said the 2 teams are Stockton, Northwoods. Any particular players on those squads that you specifically, Comp, are going to be looking to demo or whatever else? So, players that you're really going to have to deal with on pitch.
For Northwood, it's for sure Line Blaze. Anytime he's on the pitch, he's always carrying. He's always been really good. Without Line Blaze, they've been beatable, but with Line Blaze, it's super hard just because he always steps up in the big moments. And then when it comes to Stockton, Top Cheese will be their main guy too. So
the cream of the crop, you rise to the top. Top Cheese is the one looking out on Stockton, Bull Skunk.
I mean, they'll be tough matchups. I can't wait to see them, though. I mean, y'all have been impressive all season long, so definitely wish you the best of luck, especially going up against those 2 squads. Any shout outs or thoughts here on the regular season before we let you get out of here?
Not really any thoughts, but shout out to the parents supporting us always. Shout out to the team. Shout out to all our fans and everyone always coming out and giving us their chance. And go Canada.
I love it. All right, my friend. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us, and good luck with the postseason.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
What a nice young man.
Yeah, right. The supreme confidence, just the laser focus on Rocket League, right? Love to see it from the winning squad from the Great White North.
And that combination of confident but like still appreciative and still recognizing what's important. Like it's confidence without ego,
Exactly.
which is a way to see. So it's yeah, that was I always like talking to the players. That was
A
amazing.
rare thing, especially from this new generation. Bull Skunk, they're just out here always talking crap to each other. But no, at the end of the day, that is not what we saw, right? He literally saw the respect shown there for Northwood and for Stockton. Specific players shouted out there as well. Speaking of shout outs, though, got to talk about the organizations that do make this possible. Ground News. Ground News is home to over 180,000 mindful news readers who use their industry-first coverage analysis tool to adopt a balanced news diet. A diet of news that is balanced. The Ground News community is home to people from across the political spectrum, which is no small feat in our increasingly divided world, of course. Here at the NACE Starleague, we want you to be a part of this community too. Check out Ground News online or download the app. Obviously, maybe the easier of the situations, depending on if you want to use your phone in the browser. And that is available, of course, on the Google Play and App Store. So Google Play, Android, App Store, iPhone, for those of you iPhone users out there, negligent as you may be. Gotta get one in there. Gotta get one in there at the end for our Android users.
All right. That
That is not sponsored by NACE Starleague. They love both Android and iPhone.
Yeah, these are personal opinions.
Yep.
And I mean, my personal opinions, it's been a fantastic day of matches.
really has.
Number one seeds moving in, and all that is left is playoffs. So it is postseason time from here on. It's only going to get more exciting, more upsets, more domination. And, I am wholeheartedly looking forward to it. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us here today. We will see you in the postseason for more NACE Starleague.